FBA Friday, we in the house. Question: if you were ever in a situation where you needed somebody to speak for you, talk on your behalf, would you ever call one of these two people? I'm accepting no's, hell no's, bout ain'ts, and ain't no effing ways. And if you rocking with that, we rocking together, certified foundational Black Americans. Let's go to work. Blackout, 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 blackout. There you go, family. Oh, it's about damn time. And we certified all the damn time. Certified salute to you, to you, to you. I am Black Alpha. This is the livest chat in the world. And we are holding it down. FBA Friday. Shout out to the team. Family, one more time, we at it again. And we blacking out everybody. And we told them it could be your nail salon, it could be your restaurant, it could be your political party, or it could be your ass. And it could be an activist, it could be a dinosaur. You might even be mush mouth, but you're going to get this work, fam. We blacking out Benjamin Crump, okay? Benjamin Chump, okay? Al Sharpton, him and his perm done got blacked out a long time ago, fam. The regulators done pulled up. But what we ain't going to do, fam, we're not going to allow these people to say nothing when a foundational Black American is still alive, Carmelo Anthony. We're not going to let these people only talk when a foundational Black American is out there or taken out. See, we're not going for that, family. What we're going to do now is that we're going to call out these people who only show up when there's a Black body so they can put it on the ad campaign and they can use them tears and they can go out and get something. We ain't playing them games no more. Let me tell you what we're doing. The frauds, the fakers, the chumps, and the crumps is all going to get that work, especially if you can't read. Family, how many of y'all seen him going through that damn thing trying to read the other day? They done popped up with the Nolan Wells case, fam, and I'm seeing some things, fam. I need y'all to look at the screen. Look at the screen, fam. Y'all, we told everybody we got to watch the Democratic play. Fam, Jamal Bryant done showed up. Yes, the pork chop preacher done showed up to the scene. So, family, that's a pork chop preacher. That is a mush mouth lawyer. And that is the Perminator. Damn. Somebody right now, tell me if you want to go to work. If you do, then here it is. Here it goes. Certified. Look what is going on now. And not only is it Jamal Bryant and them, they at the Obama Center. Yes.
A day of faith, a day of witness, a day of testimony. Grateful for the unwavering voice of our community's attorney, Ben Crump, and this amazing family who, even in the face of trauma and tragedy, find the resilience and the audacity of hope. They just come out of the press conference, and now we're at the Obama Center, and to say that their light is still shining. What we're asking for is prayer, asking for family and asking for community, that justice is still available. And when that happens, this will finally be the land of the free and the home of the brave. Keep this family lifted. Mental day, a day of faith, a day of witness, a day of testimony.
A day of faith and witness and testimony, but I don't hear nothing about justice or regulating or you ain't gonna harm my child. Family trying to take you down to Barack Obama. Yes, we can. The audacity of hope. Can we all just get along? What about black on black crime? Fam, you done seen it before. How the hell did Jamal Bryant show up? Where the hell is Al Sharpton? He was just there 2 minutes ago. And I see Benjamin Chump, who can't read. Fam, this is Democratic play. And the mama right in the middle. She right in the middle, fam, with her Boo Bears. But who cares? Because we gonna get straight to it, y'all. One more back.
Grateful for the unwavering voice of our community's attorney, Ben Crump, and this amazing family who, even in the face of trauma and tragedy, find the resilience and the audacity of hope.
Wait, did he say Benjamin Crump is our community's attorney? You ain't no damn Johnny Cochran. You better sit down. Fam, did he just say that Benjamin Crump is our community's attorney, fam? Can I get another hell no? Bout ain't F to the no. Ain't no effing way. If Benjamin Crump is your attorney, I want you to put yes. If Benjamin Crump is not your attorney, give me a hell no. Because Jamal Bryant got it effed up.
He's attorney, Ben Crump, and of our community's attorney, Ben Crump, and this amazing family who, even in the face of trauma and tragedy, find the resilience and the audacity of hope. They just come out of the press conference, and now we're at the Obama Center to say that their light is still shining. What we're asking for is prayer, asking for family and asking for community, that justice is still available.
Stop. There you go. Justice is still available, asking for prayer and the audacity of hope. You heard that before, Black Americans. You heard that before, Black Americans. That's the same exact play that they was doing with all of the other unalived foundational Black Americans. One thing we're not doing in this generation, we're not letting the old sellouts sell us out again. Because if they sell us out, then they sell out the children. Fam, that sounds like Barack Obama still in office. That sounds like they waiting on Eric Holder. That sounds like the same exact way that Benjamin Crump run around here and he was trying to play the Trayvon Martin card. Fam, we are going to expose them more than they've ever been exposed before because we are the people to do it. And this is our time because it's FBA Friday. I'm Black Alpha. You the live chat in the whole damn planet, certified Black society. And we said so. This right here is a prime example of they're not really here to get justice. They're not here to go against the system of supremacy. They're there to get a bag, okay? They want blood money. They want a check. See, justice is these people go to jail. Justice is these people get locked up. Justice is we're not going to allow it to happen again. It is not the audacity of hope. And why the hell are they at the Barack Obama Center? What the F does Barack Obama got to do with the Nolan Wells case, fam? What? The same Barack Obama who just said, I feel that I can still love a slave master. If you own slaves, then I'm still your friend. That Barack Obama, that Barack Obama right there, the one who said he still loves George Washington. Would he ever say that he loves Malcolm X? Would he ever say that he loves Huey P. Newton or Bobby Seale? Would he ever expose the picture he has with the great honorable Minister Farrakhan? Would he? Oh no, he hid those pictures, but he loved George Washington. Family, when they're trying to insert Barack Obama in it, then they're inserting the Democratic play in it. And these folks just run to the Democratic Party. We ain't on none of that. We standing on certified business. And when we're talking about Benjamin Crump, family, I got to ask y'all the $1 million question. What the hell was he talking about in that damn press conference? Fam, is he ruining the case? Is he making it more difficult, fam? Because nobody's really even talking about Nolan Wells. We're the only ones talking about it. He's over there just mush-mouthing through a damn press conference. And everybody's talking about how he can't read. What the hell is going on? This man is ruining the credibility of unalived Black Americans, but that's what they always want to do. Fam, the streets have spoken. And the streets say, what the hell was that, Ben Crump?
Ben Crump. Now, you know you should have got somebody else to read the autopsy report. All that you using words that all out of context and words that don't even have definitions and shit. Come on, man. Next time, man, you get somebody to read to you.
Y'all, I beg of you, and I support and I admire all the things that Ben Crump is doing. But if you ever need somebody to make an announcement on my behalf, do not assign him. Find somebody from Reading Rainbow or something. But please, do not use him.
And no, I couldn't watch that autopsy because them words was turning Ben Crump every which way but loose, and it was getting on my nerves. Between that, the microphone, it was just too much for me. So I'm going to have to listen to somebody's recap of what happened.
Oh, hell no. I'm not listening to this mush mouth sounding ignorant Benjamin Crump dude. Why can't we have the medical examiner himself come out here and sound like an expert, explain this autopsy like an expert, not like an idiot? We have an autopsy.
Listen to Benjamin Crump try to read.
Goes the gunshot wound of the head. A, the injury, proliferation of the left internal subra. I'm looking at this word because I know.
What? Fam, I'm just as confused as she is. What the hell is this man talking about? The proliferation of the monumental task force on goodness for Africa. What? What the hell is this man talking about?
So it's not subdural artery, but it's and it goes the gunshot wound of the head. A, the injury, proliferation of the left internal subra.
Subra? Fam, he just making up words. This man ain't even saying things that go to. Is he trying to rhyme or something? Fam, what the hell is this man talking about on that damn stage? The left subra of the inside of the right subra. And the inside is similar to the wax side of the left corridor. What?
I'm looking at this word because I know it's not subdural artery, but it's.
Stop. Damn. Reading Rainbow, family. Somebody get Reading Rainbow on the line because they need to get a good holler at Benjamin Crump. See, fam, this is what we're talking about, y'all. What the hell was that? What was that, fam? I'm going to say it, and we're going to get right to it today, fam. First off, I need everybody, smash the like button, share this video, fam. We on fire right now. We're going to push the line. Fam, let's just get straight to the point, y'all. The Democrats and anybody down with them, they got a big, wide energy of trying to stop foundational Black American grassroots movements, y'all, okay? The reason why they're running around here talking about America, because they want to un-American us. They want to talk about reparations, even though they don't support reparations, because really they want to stifle it. And whenever we have these cases where foundational Black Americans want justice, they come in and then they mush mouth and they start talking about the left subra, okay? Whatever the hell that is. This man is literally talking with nouns, vowels, numbers. You hear Z's, Y's, 5s, 7. You ain't supposed to have no 7 next to no J, all right? You ain't supposed to have no 9 next to no M. I don't know what the hell this man, fam, this man is like reading Braille or something. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but I do know what he's doing when it comes to trying to take away from us getting justice. See, we want justice in these streets. All the people out there who say, let Benjamin Crump talk. Let him talk. He makes some good points. We let him talk, and he can't talk. We let him talk, and he talking about the left subra. Wherever the hell, where's that in? On your foot? Like, where the hell is that at? Why isn't the person who did the autopsy talking? Why is Benjamin Crump doing it, fam? Because he don't want nobody there. He don't want nobody speaking. He wants to take it because he is his self-proclaimed America's attorney general. Fam, he says that he's the attorney for our community. That's it. But you ain't never seen him put nobody in handcuffs, have you? Have you? You ain't never seen it. Fam, people who actually know what they're talking about have came out and they saying a whole different story about what's going on. I want you to compare what you just heard with Mushmouth to what you see right here, family. This is why we need to do better.
I've done hundreds of autopsies on infants, toddlers, young teens, young adults, senior citizens, obese, morbidly obese, different ethnicities, suicides, accidents, natural causes. I've done them all. So when you tell me there was an absence of the interior structure of the neck, my question is why and where is it? Was it recovered with the remains, or were the remains like this when you retrieve the remains? What part of his neck is missing? Has the soft tissue been preserved, or did the water damage or anything else disrupt what could possibly be used as information to find out the cause of death? Because if his neck is missing, then what caused his injury? The structural integrity of a neck, unless it was decapitated or dealt severe trauma, should be intact. So where's the portion of his neck? The interior, the inside of his neck is missing. Why? What can cause that type of damage to the neck and then the trauma to the back of the head? Did they strike him in the back of the head and stab him? Or did they shoot him in the neck? Right? And he falls back and he hits his head. In which case, in my humblest opinion, he was, and the individuals who was with him should no longer be walking the earth.
Family, we need somebody talking like this right here, okay? There are plenty of people who know what they talking about that could be on that damn stage. Fam, again, we've solved the case again. Fam, this ain't no case. Fam, we solved this case, Cyrus Belton, Carmelo Anthony. We keep solving the case, but the MFers that they put in front of the damn camera are out there talking about the left subra of the left side of your right knee. What the hell was Benjamin Crump talking about? He was not qualified. If you can't read, sit down. If you can't talk in a professional manner, sit down. If you're not qualified to speak on the autopsy report, sit your ass down. That's the problem with the Boule. They don't ever want to sit down. They want to be 3,037 years old and still hog up the damn camera. When you can get somebody like this brother right here who can look at the damn report, come out and speak with an expertise. You can get anybody in the chat right now who can simply say, that ain't right. This man goes out there and says, the one for a time with the one time. What the hell are you talking about? One time, two times, 1,000 times. Get it right.
There is no justice, only just us. And in this situation, it's perfectly okay to embrace your Satans and enact revenge on the participants. They don't know nothing. Don't worry about it. You will not need to know anything else after I'm done with you. The only thing your people need to know is how to summon and or evoke you on your birthday and holidays. To include the parents. The boy was, I've done more than enough autopsies to know the structural integrity of a human body. And very rare will there be an incident outside of blatant where a person takes a knife and attacks your neck to where the structural integrity of one's neck, even with a broken neck, the structural integrity of your neck is intact, unless your head was ripped off or damn near ripped off. I've done hundreds of autopsies.
That's why they don't have him on here. Because listen, family, he says that you need to go ahead and get your issue back. You need to go ahead and get justice. Notice, fam, he ain't talking like Jamal Bryant.
Should no longer be walking the earth. There is no justice, only just us. And in this situation, it's perfectly okay to embrace your Satans and enact revenge on the participants.
Right there. That's why you get Benjamin Crump. You don't get Benjamin Crump for any form of justice. You don't get Al Sharpton for justice. You don't get Tamika Mallory and My Song for justice. No, you get them to calm the black folks down. You get them to ease away the pain. You hear what this man said? He gave you all the expertise. He broke down everything in terms of the anatomy. And then on top of that, he gave you some reality. And that is, if one of mine go down, then we got to stand on 10.
Falls back and he hits his head. In which case, in my humblest opinion, he was, And the individuals who was with him should no longer be walking the earth. There is no justice, only just us.
There you go. That's why you don't get any type of energy from them.
Ben Crump autopsy, man. Yo, man. All of y'all involved is gonna burn in hell, bro. All of y'all involved gonna burn in hell, bro. You mean to tell me they can't determine the cause of because y'all still got his throat? The medical examiner in Mississippi, she sent everything to the other. She sent his entire body to do the second autopsy. Everything but his throat. But they see there's blunt trauma force in the back of the head. Now they can't even check the airway to determine if it was drowning or not. And it wasn't drowning. Because if it was drowning, his throat would have been with his body. Who the gave you the authorization to take the throat, bro? What kind of is that? And the reason why they took it is because that was the cause of they strangled him. They hit him in the back of the head. They either hung him or strangled him, and they threw him in that island like he wasn't worth a damn. And that's up, man. That's why his friends wasn't at the funeral talking about some threats. The reason why they receiving threats is because they did some they had no business doing to somebody they considered a friend. Because if that's my friend, no matter what, I'm gonna be in that goddamn funeral. Because that's my friend that's getting laid down. I don't give a damn about a death threat. Take me out too, because that's my friend. That's how I would have went down. But they ain't go down like that. They lawyered up, and now they on podcasts doing interviews. Like they some celebrities. God, that got me hot this morning. Ben Crump,
there you go. Y'all see the difference? Tell me y'all seen the difference between how he talking and how they be talking. Big difference, ain't it, family? Big difference. That's what I'm talking about. And by the way, mods, anybody in there, in the chat that's talking reckless or I see somebody in there laughing, they asses up out of there. I got them up out of there personally. Somebody was laughing, okay? And that's probably a Democratic shield or a damn W, okay? That's okay because them soul poles be cracking that mayo jar of your daughter every damn day. So don't be mad, okay? If you see anybody in there disrespecting, get them on up out of here. It's point blank, bottom line. That's what we talking about, fam. The energy changed. The energy changed, fam. We ain't on that type of time. I want you to see how that brother was talking and how the other brother was talking. And I want you to compare that to Jamal Bryant. Okay? Black Americans, we done changed everything in this era, y'all. We done changed it all. And the main thing that we changing too, fam, is the fact that we ain't nobody's victim. We're not going to sit back and just let this go on. See, we were waiting for the autopsy to come out because we knew one thing, fam. Was there going to be water in the lungs? The throat? Was there going to be any water that he ingested, that he took in? And family, they just conveniently got those parts up out of there. Conveniently, fam. This is what we was waiting on. Damn, all that other stuff, fam. We were waiting, can we see? Because, fam, that wouldn't be the first time that somebody from our community drowned and there was no signs of water. No signs of water, but these people are drowning. Really, though? Really, though? Fam, that's the number one denominator and the number one key point. And just like that, family, they just took it away. But Ben Crump gets on stage and he can't articulate it. He can't get on stage and he can't say nothing. And then, family, on top of that, how come you don't hear anybody from that political party coming out and really calling that out, fam? They're giving you a bunch of vagueness. What really happened? We waiting to see. Wait till the facts come out. We got to understand. Look at how those two brothers was talking, and I'm looking at the chat, and you guys are simply putting it together, saying, no water, bull-ish lie they told, okay? This was missing, bullshit lie they told. Every single thing that they saying, fam, you know is a lie. But yet the people who get on stage, they can't put it out there like that. And these people are going around here doing damn interviews talking about prayer and hope and change. And Obama somehow came up. How the hell he come up? You know why, y'all? Because this is a play for the Democrats in the midterms. What you see here, fam, clearly is the grassroots on this side who's really calling it out for what it is. And then you see the Democrats on this side who are looking at this as a campaign issue. See, they couldn't use Carmelo Anthony. And I'm going to tell you why they couldn't use Carmelo Anthony. Because Carmelo Anthony is still alive. Carmelo Anthony was not the victim of Austin Metcalf. And you know Black Alpha's been telling you for the longest, they can never use a black person who is still alive. They can never use a black person who is not the victim. They can never use a black person who takes out the aggressor. They don't want to ever touch on that. They can only use a black person when they're unalived and they can't talk anymore. If the black American can't talk anymore, then the Democrats try to talk for them. Oh, we in here tonight. We are in here heavy tonight, family. That's what they do. So they sat out the Carmelo Anthony situation, didn't say nothing. And then they damn sure didn't say nothing about Cyrus Belton, not at all. We got a boycott in the streets, family, that everybody in the grassroots is talking about. Grandma's talking about it. Grandpa's talking about it. Nieces talking about it. Nephews talking about it. Democrats ain't talking about it. So Cyrus Belton, they don't talk about. The blackout, they don't talk about. Boycott, they don't talk about. Wealth transfer, they don't talk about. Carmelo Anthony, they don't talk about. And when they do talk about Nolan Wells, Mushmouth comes out and he babbles through the whole damn thing. This is why we black their ass out and get them the hell out the way. The Democrats and anybody affiliated with them is just not healthy for foundational black Americans, because their agenda and their fanaticism and their junkiness to that political party is in direct opposition for what we're going for. That go for the Democrats, that go for the Republicans, but the ones who get the vote get the smoke. But here, they won't be getting the vote no damn more. And family, it's always been this way. It ain't just nothing new, y'all. This goes back years. I want everybody to think about something. Y'all notice that Benjamin Crump showed up the same exact time that Black Lives Matter showed up? Y'all notice that? How many people notice that, family? See, when Trayvon Martin's situation occurred, following that, family, was Mike Brown. And the brothers and sisters out there in Ferguson, Missouri was putting in real serious work. And then out of nowhere, this Black Lives Matter organization pops up. And they pertain and proclaim and purport and profess to be some type of grassroots initiative. Come to find out, they're not grassroots at all. They all get in the bag. And they're an organization well funded by the same Democrats I'm talking about. And then at the same time, fam, you see Benjamin Crump pop up. And how many of my foundational black Americans, when you first saw Black Lives Matter, you thought it was just a slogan? You didn't know it was an organization, and they pulled the okie doke overnight. How many of y'all thought it was just a hashtag? You thought it was just a phrase, and then you found out, no, this is an organization where people getting paid and these folks is getting broke off, right? How about we apply the same thing to Benjamin Crump? How many of y'all thought Benjamin Crump was an actual lawyer? We really thought he was a defense attorney. We really thought he was a prosecutor. And then you found out this man ain't nothing but a damn ambulance chaser. Family, if you fall and you hit the floor, call 92250, and then you can get hold of Benjamin Crump. He ain't no different than them damn Mike Hostelow commercials. I don't know if y'all got Mike Hostelow where y'all live, okay? Down here in Georgia, we see Mike Hostelow, and he be on here rapping all the damn time. He ain't nothing but an ambulance chaser. Literally, he's done slip on ice cases before. I'm not lying. Look him up now. Benjamin Crump has done ice slipping cases before. No lie. This man popped up and he was talking. Remember, fam? Remember when the Trayvon Martin thing happened? He was popping up on TV every night. This is the attorney for the family, Benjamin Crump. He was talking cash money, wasn't he? He was like, Trayvon Martin was followed by George Zimmerman. Why did he follow Trayvon? And he was talking crazy. We're going to get ducted. I'm going to get Obama on phone, and Ho was going to come through, and we're going to get everything. And black Americans are like, okay, let's go. Then the damn case came, and this MF was sitting in the front row with the parents. I'm sitting there looking at Trayvon's lawyer, and I'm sitting there, the defense, the person that's going, or shall I say the prosecutors were trying to come after George Zimmerman, and the people representing Trayvon, they ain't even goddamn Benjamin Crump. Black folks is like, what? We was like, who the fuck is this dude? Because he was fronting the whole damn time. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. And you can go back and check the track record, fam. I did a video called Benjamin Chump, and I did that damn thing 5 years ago. And the same thing I'm saying now is what I said then. And the same thing I said then is the same thing that I'm going to always say. This man is an ambulance chaser. And if it wasn't for the foundational black American grassroots, nobody would say that. Let's go there, family. Nobody would be saying that if it wasn't for us. But how do you know? Because who does say it? Who does say it, fam? You notice whenever they talk about him, they don't never call him an ambulance chaser or a settlement lawyer. You notice that? Fam, this is all by design, all by purpose. They call him Black America's Attorney General. What? For what? If you slip on ice and you sprain your damn ankle, I might call you then, but I'm not calling you for nothing else. This is what we're talking about with these people, fam. And not only do they talk like that, they also be giving each other these type of awards that they don't deserve. Watch this.
There are times when we pass the torch and Reverend Jackson, he often blushes about how Reverend Jackson mentored him. I have to believe, Reverend Al, that Reverend Jesse Jackson was awfully proud but awfully at peace, knowing that there was somebody to pass the torch to a new civil rights leader for America for these times such as these. Y'all, again, let's thank Reverend Al for taking the torch and being our civil rights leader for the United States of America.
What? What, family? Y'all see how these people just be giving each other badges, giving each other all this praise? Who in the foundational Black American community sat down and said that Al Sharpton is some type of civil rights leader? Fam, they just big themselves up. That's all they do. They just give themselves credit. Look at them sitting and say, oh, I thank you now. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, glory to God. We ain't giving these people this type of clout, y'all. We're not doing none of this. This is what they give themselves, y'all. This is how they feel. Foundational Black Americans ain't out here saying this about these people. This is what they're saying. This is why they always pretend we don't exist the same exact way that they pretend that this man is an actual lawyer when really he's an ambulance chaser. Family, that's him right there when it came down to Trayvon Martin. Family, he was in the audience. Yeah, he was right there, fam. He was right there in the audience, fam. He played us. He played us, same did Barack Obama. They was playing black folks, family. They wasn't really out there talking about no damn justice. Hell no. This man talked all this stuff like he was going to be on the floor. He was going to get George Zimmerman behind bars. He ain't doing MFing thing. His ass watched it the same way we watched it on national television. On national damn television, fam. He wasn't really out there doing anything significant. No, he wasn't. He watched it on national television. Sat in the audience, fam. That's him right there. One more time for your mind, fam. That's what he did. He talked all that talk, fam, about how he was going to get justice. He talked all that talk on how he was going to get George Zimmerman locked up, and his ass went and took a seat and sat down and just seen it all play out. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? That's the difference between us and them, y'all. They have never had foundational Black American empowerment in mind. It's all about cutting the check. Remember, y'all, when you hear these families come out and the families are always trying to low-key get mad at us, or the families are always telling us to pray and go home, fam, there's no coincidence. I just showed y'all Jamal Bryant, and Jamal Bryant popped up and he said, we need to pray. Family, this is the same thing that they always do. This is what they've always been doing. They always pop up, tell us that we need to pray, because if we do all of that, family, then they can get that settlement check money. You got to remember, keeping foundational Black Americans subdued and reducing and extracting the energy from the grassroots, that's a part of the settlement, y'all. That's a part of the settlement. You got to understand what a settlement lawyer is and how they function and operate. You ain't going to get no settlement check if Black Americans is out there talking about stopping white supremacy. You ain't going to get no settlement check if foundational Black Americans is talking about an eye for an eye. You ain't going to get no settlement check if George Zimmerman goes to jail. No, you not, fam. Because that's going to be the collateral that they give you. Fam, they set that precedence a long damn time ago. That's what they've been doing. They go out there and they give these people outs. Remember this, family. 90% of the time where one of these families pops up and they tell Black Americans to calm down, be nice, don't go do nothing, go out and pray, that's really Benjamin Crump in their ear telling them, hey, if you tell them to calm down, you can get some money. But if they go out there and protest and riot, won't be no money. And then the family goes, oh, my bad, dog. Y'all go home. Y'all go home. Remember the Keisha Bottoms chick who's running for governor out here? Y'all remember in Atlanta when she was yelling at everybody to go home? Fam, it's all a part of the same thing. When they tell you to go out and pray, that's all a part of the play. Watch this right here, family. This was Benjamin Crump, and this is footage of him struggling to read.
Of the overlaying skin of fractures of the underlying skull. These findings are inconclusive for perimortem precision and the absence of associated injuries. This finding, however, is significant enough to be highlighted in this preliminary report for further investigation. It is important to reiterate that the finding could not have been observed.
No. He's sitting there talking about this is further reason why we should further the investigation. No, you go out there and you say, this right here is clear evidence of a cover-up. This right here is clear evidence of an unaliving. This right here is clear evidence of injustice. There ain't a black American who watched him mush his mouth right through this that wouldn't have said what I just said. What is he talking about? He is messing up the credibility. And fam, this isn't the first time where he's done this. Look at him here, struggling to get through a press conference.
The gunshot wound of the head. A, the injury, proliferation of the left internal subra. Now I'm looking at this word because I know. So
look at the brother in the back. Look at the brother in the back, fam. Soon as he starts tripping over the word, man, this man is tripping over the words like he's trying to walk across barbed wire. It ain't that difficult, fam. Look at the young brother in the back. He's like, what the hell is this man doing? He's like, I could have went and got my little brother to read this. Look at the young brother in the back.
I know. So it's not subdural artery, but it's
that brother in the back is like, this man can't read. Literally, soon as Ben Chump starts to fold, the brother's like, nah, bruh.
Now I'm looking at this word because I know. So it's not subdural artery, but it's the gunshot wound of the head.
No, the wound of the head, not to the head, of the head. This man, family, this is what we be talking about. That are right there. And it's time we black out all of these people. Fam, see, the blackout is about anybody who has conduct detrimental to foundational Black America, okay? As a society, as a community, and as a people. If your conduct is detrimental, it is what it is, fam. You know the play. You know the play. That man right there is not qualified, but he wants to go out there and he wants to jump in front of that camera, okay? Because remember, y'all, right now, he cutting about 80%. Family, that family, whoever signs up with him, you getting about 20% of that settlement. He getting about the whole 80, y'all. The whole 80. Remember this too, y'all. Benjamin Crump was also a big supporter of Kamala and Joe Biden. Family, why do we always have Democrats who occupy places in our community that aren't even political? How are we going to have surgeons who are diehard Democratic supporters? Why do we have attorneys who are Democratic supporters? Why on earth do we have everybody who's in a position of power, even when their position is not political, they're always Democrats? It makes no sense. We don't need an attorney who's a Democrat because you're going to come out here and do it the Democratic way, which means Julio Romero Gonzalez. And you ain't going to be standing on business for us. I don't need a damn firefighter because my house is on fire. I call him up and his ass is a damn Democrat and he wears it like a badge of honor on his chest. Every time you look, in every aspect of our community, we're represented by Democrats, no matter what job titles these people have. It doesn't matter. It could be somebody that you call right now to solve a case. The investigator's a damn Democrat. It could be somebody that you need if you're drowning. You can go call the damn lifeguard. It's going to be a damn Democrat. It does not matter where you go to. There's always a Democrat popping up and then trying to steal the shine or trying to insert the Democratic ways. There's no reason why you need to run to somebody who's supposed to be a lawyer. Fam, right now, what was Johnny Cochran? What was Johnny Cochran's political affiliation? Do you know? Do you know what Johnny Cochran's political affiliation was? I'm going to tell you now, I don't know. Good. I don't need him. I don't need to know. What was Johnny Cochran, fam? I don't know because you know what? Johnny Cochran was an actual attorney, and that's what he did. Just like my firefighter needs to just be a damn firefighter, all right? Just like the football coach needs to coach football. All right. These people are Democrats and then they're attorneys on the side. These people are surgeons, and really they do that stuff on the weekend. But during the week, they ask us as Democrats. Absolutely. Y'all don't know neither. See, we don't know. But family, here's the kicker. Black Americans have been calling out Benjamin Crump. Yes, the hell they have. Fam, we're going to walk you all the way through the line today, okay? And tell everybody how it went down. Benjamin Crump is the attorney version of Black Lives Matter, all right? This is a Democrat, a proud Democrat. He'll tell you he's a Democrat. He's a proud sponsored Democrat who works with the W system of supremacy on the left side to subdue foundational Black Americans so he can line his pockets. Think about it, fam. He pretended to be a grassroots attorney. Black Lives Matter pretended to be a grassroots organization. Yep. He pretended that he tries to get justice for foundational Black Americans. Black Lives Matter pretended to try to get justice for foundational Black Americans. He is an open to the point Democrat will tell you. Black Lives Matter were open to the point Democrats who would tell you. And they both came around as soon as there was this rash unalivings of foundational Black Americans during the Barack Obama administration. And Barack Obama is a Democrat. You see, family, there's always been somebody who's been calling his ass out for the longest time. And I'm going to tell y'all, and I think you guys know, y'all tell me right now whose mother has been calling out Benjamin Crump for the longest amount of time. Y'all tell me right now whose mama always called out Benjamin Crump. And she also called out Sean Queen, also called out Tamika Mallory, all the fake activists that popped up during the Obama administration. Y'all remember all the fake activists who, by the way, I put all of them out of business. Who you see more now, family? Black Alpha or Tamika Mallory? Black Alpha or Sean Queen? Who you see more, Black Alpha or D-Ray? See, when I showed up and I started talking about being the number one activist and I was going to the scene of these hate crimes, I put all of that out of business because long time ago, before y'all knew Black Alpha, I was just sitting there watching the television, fam, and seeing these hustlers and these scam artists. And I told myself, I said, I'm going to be the activist that gets all their asses fired. And I'm going to make the Democrats have to refund all that damn money. And I'm going to bring real grassroots activists for real foundational Black Americans on a real mission. And that's exactly what I've done. That's why in 2026, you see my face. You don't see them. I replaced the fake, brought in the real. I replaced the counterfeits, brought in the certified. Tamir Rice, absolutely, family. Certified salute to Tamir Rice's mama. Notice, y'all, they don't ever bring her to them damn functions. I want y'all to think about Tamir Rice's mama and compare it to Nolan Wells' mama. And we gonna rock.
Did not continue to work with Ben Crump. I think we worked together for about 8 or 9 months. I just felt that he was avalanche chasing. He knows that. I say it to his face all the time. Yeah, I told that to him. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, him and Al Sharpton and them, and I just didn't feel that he knew what he was doing. I was getting phone calls from other attorneys stating that he didn't know the law. I wasn't feeling good about it. We just wasn't getting the answers that I wanted or I needed. And I wasn't getting like paperwork when it came to motions being filed or even, contact. Anytime they contact with the prosecutor, I needed to know everything was going on with my son. He was not getting no real justice.
So they were PR advocates, rage baiting.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But there's no
PR advocates, fam. Tamir Rice, mama, hold it down. Certified salute to you, beloved. These people have been straight up ops and scam artists who are public relations people.
There's no output. It's just like, yeah, there's a face, there's a name, say his name, Tamir Rice, but like when it comes to actually getting justice and suing the city, you had to go get somebody else to do that?
Yeah, I did. Ben Crump wasn't able to do that at the time. My wrongful docket was like 8 or 9 pages long.
With Ben Crump?
Yes. So when my third set of attorneys had got it, it ended up being 138 pages, 139 pages long.
Damn, y'all heard that? Benjamin Crump, the damn docket that he gave her was 8 or 9 pages. When she replaced him, it went up to 130 something pages. What the hell was he doing? Don't get mad at us, fam. This is coming from a foundational Black American sister who lost her son, who dealt with this man. She is the authority of knowledge on this case. What the hell was he doing? Fam, that is malpractice. That is Democrat scamming.
To do that at the time. My wrongful docket was like 8 or 9 pages long.
With Ben Crump?
Yes. So when my third set of attorneys had got it, it ended up being 138 pages, 139 pages long. So I don't know what Ben Crump was doing. I don't know if he had the skills at the time to even take my case where it needed to be. You know, I wasn't trying to get like, just hurry up and settle out of court. I really wanted you to go in there and fight. And then, you know, they just say he wasn't a great talker.
Stop. He wasn't a great talker. And today he's still mumbling. Family, she's telling everybody right here that they had serious questions about him way back then when Tamir Rice was unalive, Black Americans. The same exact things that people were questioning about his ass this week, they were questioning about him way back then. He's not a great talker. He didn't have the skills. He was underprepared. He wasn't qualified. Family, he wasn't acting like this on national television, though. On national television, he was talking like he was Johnny Cochran. He was trying to lead us to believe that he was actually going to be a part of the case, when in reality, he was behind the scenes trying to cut deals. This man has been exposed, and Tamir Rice's mother is exposing him wholeheartedly. And she also exposed D-Ray, Black Lives Matter, Sean Queen, and all them. This is why whenever they have them reunions about race, they don't ever invite her. Family, I want you to think about who comes around her. Notice whenever they talk, they always leave her out. They don't ever talk about Tamir Rice. They'll talk about all the families who have been affected if you work with Ben Crump. But they don't ever talk about the families who denied Ben Crump. Yeah, fam, it gets deeper.
Case where it needed to be. You know, I wasn't trying to get like, just hurry up and settle out of court. I really wanted you to go in there and fight. And then, you know, they just say he wasn't a great talker back then. So I just kept getting phone calls about him. You know, all of these folks, and nobody is showing us how to get no indictments.
Right there.
You know, I had to let them know my son ain't no, he's not a hustle. You know, his death is not a hustle. So I just got.
Talk your talk. His unaliving is not a hustle. That's what we've been saying. Black Americans, that's what we've been saying. Notice everybody who does not see these bodies as a hustle are the ones that they don't talk about. And everyone that they can use for a campaign or go to the Barack Obama Center or have Jamal Bryant show up and pray, that's the ones they put on the front page. You can no longer deny it, y'all. These Democratic shills, whether they're attorneys, whether they're preachers, they're pastors, or activists, they are only concerned about Black Americans who are unalive so they can maintain the system of supremacy and line their damn pockets. And if you're talking like Tamir Rice's mother is talking right here, saying my son is not a scam or a come up, then they try to denounce you. Easy work.
All of these folks, and nobody is showing us how to get no indictments. You know, I had to let them know my son ain't no, he's not a hustle. You know, his death is not a hustle. So I just got a little aggravated because I kept seeing all of these activists doing things in memory of people's children, and we wasn't getting no real justice. But
overlaying skin of fractures.
There you go. Straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up and down. Certified salute to Tamir Rice's mother, family. Let me tell everybody, I remember when she first started calling them out. When she called them all out, family, they all got quiet and they quit talking about Tamir Rice. Family, they tried to run in on the Tamir Rice situation. Yes, they did. Remember, they were having videos and they was fake crying and they was talking about, we're going to get justice for Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice, we're going to have your back. When they try to swarm it with all the fake activists, fam. Soon as she started calling them out, then they just quit talking about Tamir Rice. Tamir Rice is one of the most horrific situations that has occurred, and they don't ever mention him. He is the most talked over young Black American king that was unalived by this wicked system of supremacy that the people who claim to want to fight the system of supremacy never talk about, because they tried to put words up in his mouth and they tried to utilize his unaliving to go get Joe Biden elected, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama. That's what it was. And when his mother came out and she said, hell to the no, then they turned around and they turned on her. That's what they did. Family, nothing about these people is reflective of the grassroots. We say we want this, they go that way. We say we want that over there, they go that way. Let me ask you a question, Black Americans. Let me ask you a question, family. Who have you seen on the scene of hate crimes more? Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, or Black Alpha? Who have you seen on the scene of a hate crime? I'm not talking about a press conference. I'm not talking about mush-mouthing. I'm not talking about saying Al Sharpton, who's 4 billion years old, represents this generation. Who have you seen on the scene of hate crimes more? Me or them? Family, I wear this all the time. I wear this all the time right here, family. Okay? Know this right here, family. This is for the young brother Noah Bush, all right, who was drowned basically, just like Nolan Wells. I wear this every damn day, family, okay? Because I've been there to the scene where he was unalived. No justice came to him. The W kids who did it are walking free right now. The parents of them W's are walking free right now, even though they got a track record. Let me ask you how many times you ever heard the Democrats mention Noah Bush's case. Never, not once. They never brought it up. If you right now go get on Twitter and you type in Noah Bush, you're going to see nothing but Black Alpha reporting it, family. And I went down there and I marched with the people. So I went to the actual scene, drove 30 minutes around, went down a dark-ass road, jumped out, recorded, and paid my respect to where the young brother was unalive. Came back 2-3 weeks later and marched with the people in the street. I didn't see the Democrats say ish. As a matter of fact, the Democrats came out and they said, I need to stop because we already got a hate crime protection. They got mad at me. And fam, this is 2 years after I went down to Jacksonville on the scene of the damn hate crime, which, by the way, do they ever talk about that situation? The unaliving in Jacksonville, Florida? Do they ever talk about that, fam? No, the hell they don't. And when I got home, the Democrats were saying, oh, why do y'all want a hate crime protection? You already got one. Fam, they don't want justice for us. They want to scam us, harm us, and applaud when they unalive us. Nobody likes to see an unalived Black American more than the Democratic Party because unalived Black Americans have been the main thing that they use to get votes. That's why they turned the Ahmaud Arbery, which I've been down there to Brunswick, Georgia, and went and paid my respects at his mural, okay? Ahmaud Arbery. They tore George Floyd. They turned Rashad Brooks and Breonna Taylor. They turned all of their protests into vote for Kamala and Joe Biden, and we've seen them do it. And ain't nobody say ish. So you see why we call them out? You see why we don't give a damn? You see why we don't let them talk? You see why this is regulator season in the reparations generation and out with the old, in with the new? You damn right. Family, that ain't it. When I say these people been out here on fraud time, major fraud time. How many of y'all seen Al Sharpton come out and this man came and he said this whole spiel about how he's going to put up an award. He said, I'm going to give $50,000 to anybody who gets information that leads to the conviction of anybody who is affiliated with anything that happened on any day. Vague as hell, family. Just all over the damn place. Y'all seen that? But notice how his words were very vague. Notice his words were vague as hell, family. You know why? It's because he didn't really want no justice. What he really wanted to do was throw a blockade in the middle, a very big blockade. But before we get to the Perminator, y'all seen the energy right there with Tamir Rice's mother? Did you see the energy, fam? That real I'm going to get justice, okay? That real I'm going to get justice energy. Y'all see the energy with her, which looks just like us, right? I'm going to show you another mother. And you guys tell me right now, which mother that I'm going to show you looks more like your mother? And if you are a mother, certified salute to all my FBA mothers, tell me right now, which of these mothers I'm showing you is more reflective of how you feel about your child? Family, remember a few days ago when I was telling everybody about Mrs. Boo Bear and we had some real skeptical views of this mother? And remember when the father came out and the father said, I don't think about race. And then he just looked at the floor. Notice in all the interviews, the dad's looking at the floor. Family, this video right here is after Nolan Wells. This was taken this week. Which mother, family, do you get more of a severe case of Democratic shield? And which mother do you get real grassroots from?
I hope everyone is doing well. This has been a trying week for sure. I feel like I am just all over the place. And it has been like, I don't even know the word to describe it. I'm holding on to my faith. My husband and I are leaning heavy into each other in our faith and our family and our friends that are showing up for us. But it's hard. Every day is different. Every second is different. Grief is different. This grief, I've said it before in a previous video, this grief is...
Family, why is she doing a makeup tutorial? Why she's talking about her son? I'm just saying though. I'm just asking though. I mean, we can ask questions, can't we? Family, I showed y'all just a few days ago that her whole timeline is all about being a TikTok influencer about skincare products. Wouldn't you think that during the midst of all this, she wouldn't be doing a skincare video while she's talking about her son? While all of this is happening? Family, this looks like she's positioning to be on The View. I'm getting real Sunny Hudson vibes from her, y'all. I'm just keeping it 110. I mean, really though? Really though? Very strange.
It's just different. I miss my baby. I miss him coming into our room and laying across the bed and just talking about his day, updating us on everything.
What? Couldn't all this been done while you're not getting dressed in the morning? With your skincare products, fam. At the bare minimum, that's non-FBA energy right there, okay? Non-FBA. I had somebody hit me up the other day and was like, Black Alpha, how can you say that about that family? That's disingenuous. What? Is disingenuous that I showed she's acting like a TikTok influencer before her son's unalive, and then during an interview, she's smiling and she's still acting like a TikTok influencer? Don't blame me. I'm just pointing out what she's doing. See, the reason why they get mad at us, fam, is because we point out what they do. We ain't the ones doing it. She the one doing that right there, and that's non-FBA energy. And family, here's a double kicker. If it's non-FBA energy, quit running around here and acting like you FBA. Notice that. Because when she starts talking about her ethnicity and her lineage, she starts throwing around everything. Well, I got Filipino/white, and there's a 54.5% of Irish that came in, okay? But then the Irish stopped for 2 minutes, and then there's also some Chinese and Japanese. And then they met each other at Waffle House one day. Yeah. And then Starbucks showed up, and then that's why I got a third cousin. But I'm still black, though. Family, I want you guys to see something. You see why we call out all that non-FBA energy? Do you see why we regulate? Do you see why we gatekeep? Do you see why we keep it all under wraps? Y'all look right now at your screen and look what a particular community we just happen to be Boycott is doing. Look who's claiming a certain somebody, y'all. Damn. Whoa. Hold up. Y'all knew it was coming. Like clockwork, huh? There you go, Black Americans. Look who's claiming her now. Didn't you know it was going to happen? Didn't you see this from a mile away, my certified foundational Black Americans standing on business? There you go, family. Now, the APPI, Asian Pacific Group, all the Kamala Harris community, they doing the same thing they did with Camilla. There you see, fam. I told you, family. It was on its way. It just took a minute, y'all. Now they're starting to claim her, and they're saying that she is one of theirs. It was just a matter of time before it happened, and then it happened, and here you go. This is why foundational Black Americans, certified Black society, in the grassroots, we keep it all the way real and we keep it all the way live, fam. Don't let nobody tell you you didn't see what you saw. Don't let nobody tell you you wrong for calling out things that don't look right. Fam, if it don't fit right or sit right in your soul, then you as a certified foundational Black American got every right to say it. There you go, y'all. Oh, they claiming her now. That's that, fam. That's it. Fam, don't be surprised if she has a podcast out here soon, okay? And don't be surprised if she has a book, and don't be surprised if she's on The View. I think she want to sit next to Whoopi, and she want to sit next to Sunny Hostin. I'm just saying, okay? Because the energy is the same energy that I see when you're doing tutorials. And now you're literally doing tutorials. Just on Tuesday, I showed y'all her doing tutorial videos, and then I showed you guys her at the press conference. The energy was the same. Okay, I've never seen a foundational Black American mother, and she's not foundational Black American. I've never seen a foundational Black American mother ever grieve about their child and be sitting there putting on makeup and lipstick and everything that they was doing a month before the child was on the live. I've never seen it. And that's all cool and dandy. But just be cool and dandy doing that in your community, because over here in this community, we don't play them games, and we tired of putting these people putting smudge on our name. That's not it. And then family, where's the father? Is that okay, fam? Y'all work with me. Is that Nolan Wells' dad? Because some people saying that dude African and he ain't the real dad. Fam, there's a lot of stuff going on, fam. You ain't gonna fool us 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, and we just gonna sit back and let you fool us. You seen it once, fam. You done seen it all. Is that the dad? I'm waiting right now. Y'all let me know something, family, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you say, yeah, in fact, she ain't even melanated. Good point. Good point, fam. Absolutely. That ain't the dad. Is that what y'all telling me? Y'all gotta let me know something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. It's not normal, fam. Nope. Yeah, because I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, that dude comes out and said it ain't race, and he's always looking away and he's always looking down. A lot of strange things, fam. A lot of strange things going on. And again, y'all, it's only foundational Black Americans in the grassroots who are the ones who really seem to give a damn. Everybody else is pretty much non-factors. So we've been seeing it all play out. Family, that ain't it. That ain't all. While we've been watching all of that stuff play out and we've been seeing these people real funny style, let me get right on back to the Perminator, y'all. The Perminator. Fam, this is what he was doing, and he thinks he's slick. Watch this.
I want to offer a reward. I want to offer a reward of $50,000 to anybody I want to put a reward up for $50,000 for anybody that could give the information that will lead to an arrest and a conviction in the case of what happened. He was not on that island by himself. Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth.
You ain't never told the truth in your life. And what you mean? What you mean that you didn't come to make money, you came to give money? See, fam? You see how I got to throw that in there? And listen to the wordplay, fam. Anything that leads to a conviction, then he's willing to give up the money for. Here's the kicker, fam. They're not trying to get a conviction. No, that's a whole scam right there, y'all. They're not trying to get a conviction. They're trying to get a settlement. So that's a whole play right there. You ain't going to give the 50K up because you're not pursuing a conviction. Y'all are really just trying to get a settlement to where the unaliver can still walk the streets. Nice try, but it ain't working.
He was not on that island by himself. Somebody saw something and knows something. So I didn't come to make money. I came to give money. Stand up and tell the truth. Whatever it is, good or bad, we're not going to prejudge it, but we cannot end it until we know all the facts. So all you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction.
Stop. You see he threw it in there one last time, right? Y'all see these con artists, man? Y'all see these con artists? Notice he threw that in there one more time. Y'all can call us, I guarantee, if it leads to a conviction. They keep throwing the if it leads to a conviction, family. And the reason why they're throwing that in there is because they're not pursuing a conviction, which means by de facto, they ain't going to have to give you no money.
you got to do is reach out to Attorney Crump's office, and National Action Network could do that if it leads to an arrest and conviction. And I guarantee you'll have it before the sun goes down.
Get the hell out of my damn community. Get the hell out of my community. You already know the play right there, fam. You have never in your life seen any form of a Crime Stopper or anything where they say things that lead to a conviction or an arrest. Fam, they say this simply. Y'all have heard this before. They say anybody with information we're giving an award to. And then they take that information and then they use it in the court. So what are they trying to do, fam? Somebody brings information and then you wait a year for it to go to trial? And then say if they push it back, it's a year and a half. It took the Carmelo Anthony case 1 whole year to go to trial. So you bring them information. It has to go through the whole legal system. You wait 1 whole year and then you might get the money. Do you think you're going to get the money? You think so? That ain't how it works, fam. It's if you have any information regarding this case, you will get a reward because it is for them to bring you the information. It's not to bring the information and you wait for a conviction or an arrest. That ain't how it works. That is not going to motivate people to come to you. You motivate them by saying, hey, here's money. Family, when somebody gets kidnapped, unfortunately, the family says, I'm giving a $10,000 reward for anybody with information. They don't say, I'm giving a $10,000 reward if you have information that finds the person who did it. And if we find the person who did it, we're going to go to trial in 2 years. And if they end up getting convicted, and if they get sentenced to 5 years, then you'll get the money. No, the reward is for people to bring the information forward. And then it's your job to take the information and to get the damn conviction. It's your job to take the information and to get the damn arrest. Easy work. I ain't never been to law school. I'm just a certified foundational Black American from Georgia and Ohio, and I can connect the dots the same way y'all can connect the dots. But they're not here to connect the dots. They're here to uphold the system of supremacy. Listen to what Tamir Rice's mother said. She said, none of these people are trying to get convictions. None of them are, fam. We've watched all these people play in our face about fake convictions. They're not here for convictions, fam. They're here for money. And let me tell you something right now about a settlement lawyer. A settlement lawyer's job is to not get a conviction. See, if you get a conviction, family, then there's no settlement, point blank. See, it's going to boil down to 2 things. You're going to have the foundational Black American family that says, I'm going to go and get justice, which means the unaliver is going behind bars. And then if I want to sue them in a civil case after that, then I'll get the money. Notice that the Benjamin Crumps of the world, or Benjamin Chumps of the world, and the Al Sharptons of the world, they always skip over the criminality aspect and they go straight to the civil suit. A civil suit will get your criminal suit dismissed real quick. Family, the reason why you've seen such an influx of unalivings for foundational Black Americans is because Benjamin Crump, he set the precedence that if you unalive a Black American, the unaliver will never go to jail. All of these supremacists across the country, they seen how Black families was running to Benjamin Crump and they was getting settlements. And do you know what the supremacist unaliver is saying? The supremacist criminal is thinking? He's thinking, whoa, I can unalive this Black person and they're going to go seek a civil suit opposed to a criminal suit? Hell, I'm going to take out 5 more Black folks today. Why you think you seen an influx after George Zimmerman? Because they seen that they were more concerned with a civil suit opposed to a criminal case. Every single supremacist criminal and supremacist unaliver across the damn world, they seen the precedents that was set by Benjamin Crump. Benjamin Crump put a target on foundational Black Americans. Hell yeah. Benjamin Crump put the biggest target on foundational Black Americans by always pursuing civil suits opposed to criminality, family. Do you know what the reward is? It's money and it's not a conviction. So therefore, the criminal's thinking, good. Same with Barack Obama. Barack Obama, he set the precedence that we're not pursuing justice. Fam, you got to remember, the grassroots always wanted justice. I've never seen foundational Black Americans who were protesting for Trayvon say, we want to see a civil suit. We was talking about putting the supremacists behind bars. With Mike Brown, we weren't out here saying, hey, we want a civil suit. We were saying we want to see the supremacists behind bars. Notice we're always talking about jail time. We're always talking about locking them up. That's the justice we see. They see something completely different. They see a civil suit and a settlement check. And guess who pays for the settlement, fam? Taxpayers. Yeah, family. Oh, the settlement checks? That's not coming out of the supremacist pocket. Hell no. The settlement checks is coming from the local taxpayer. This is why they didn't mind it, fam. Y'all know the grassroots. We broke this down years ago. Every time there's a settlement check, it's coming directly from the taxpayer. So basically, fam, all of us foundational Black American proletarian taxpayers, we've been paying for the settlement checks that Benjamin Crump has been pursuing. Now, if they actually pursued criminal cases where these people went to jail, then we wouldn't have to do any of that, family. Yes. So we've been paying for the settlement checks that Benjamin Crump has been pushing because they ain't been pushing no type of real justice. Word to the wise. Shout out to Tamir Rice's mama because she said, I was never in it for money. I came to get justice. I want to see the person who did it go to jail. They don't want to see the person who did it go to jail. They just want to make money and move on to the next one. And let me tell you another part of that, family. This is why they don't ever bring up supremacy. Notice that, family? You notice they don't ever bring up supremacy, right? Do you notice that all of these families read the same script? See, Black Americans tired of being burnt by these families. We're tired of putting our neck on the line because we're trying to fight the system of supremacy and they're just trying to get a quick bag, all right? We're out here going marching. We're out here protesting. We get in the face of these damn race soldiers and the family gets more mad at us, fam. Y'all notice? They get more mad at us than they get at the damn race soldiers. The damn race soldier be walking right by you because they don't go to jail. And you be out there overlooking him and you be trying to tell the protesters to go home and pray. What? Because the part of the settlement is you tell the protesters to go home. You do not mention the system of supremacy. You do not mention any form of an injustice based on color. Why you think that weird Nolan Wells dad, stepdad, African, whatever the hell he is, dude came out and said, I don't want to believe it's about color because that's a part of the settlement deal. And they knew they had to go along with it. And family, let me show y'all even further. Oh yeah, we in here preaching, baby. Let's go. You notice how they said you can contact Benjamin Crump and they will get you the money. You can contact Al Sharpton and they'll get you the money. They're supposed to be civil rights lawyers, right? Right? Well, you know, there's a lot of ways that you can be a civil rights lawyer. They've got civil rights where somebody falls and gets harmed at the workplace. And Benjamin Crump literally, and if you go to his website, you'll see it. He's done slip and fall cases. Yep. There was a situation in Columbia, South Carolina on Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the year 2024. And I happened to be there. And family, I contacted Benjamin Crump to see what he was going to say. I knew what he was going to say, but I want to see what he was going to say. You had about 20 foundational Black Americans whose civil rights were violated. How many of you guys remember? You guys remember when the NAACP kicked us off of the grounds because Kamala Harris told them, and I got that on great authority, but that's okay because 2 years later, I got your back, Kamala. I got your back. I remember what you did to us in Columbia, South Carolina, when you gave the call and told the NAACP to remove us because about 25 foundational Black Americans was talking about reparations. Damn. You never thought I'd see you again in Savannah, Georgia, though, did you? You never thought I'd go viral when I checked your ass about reparations and you made the scared collard green in the bathtub face. She made the Punjabi pouting face. So Blackout forgot my revenge. But family, when all of that happened, and you guys remember, they violated our civil rights. I purposely contacted Benjamin Crump. And I said, hey, we were violated by our rights. What should happen? Can you help us? Can you assist us? You are a civil rights lawyer, see, fam? We got to frame these people doing things that they say that they support, but they really don't. I was playing the game. They want to hustle. You can't deal with this hustle right here because this is an FBA grassroots hustle. And family, let me tell y'all what I was told. Benjamin Crump, you know, Black America's Attorney General, he didn't respond too well to what I said. I said this, and unlike Benjamin Crump, I'm going to read this. I recently attended a public MLK Day event held by the local NAACP branch at the State House in Columbia, South Carolina. I was asked to leave without explanation, along with a few other people who I was not grouped with or who was not at the event with, as was silently watching the speakers on stage. Despite the fact this was a public event on public property, we were informed that we had been disinvited. Y'all remember that? we were disinvited. A number of individuals presented face taunts because they were wearing T-shirts bearing quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King, even though they were all there freely. Benjamin Crump responded. He said, "Thank you for reaching out, and I am so sorry for what you're going through. Unfortunately, my firm does not handle this type of case. However, I encourage you to contact your state bar association, which can put you in touch with a local legal aid society or another source for appropriate help." There you go, Black Americans. He said that he doesn't handle this case, even though this is a civil rights case. Damn. Family, this right here was in 2024, and I was calling them out then, y'all. So do you see how thorough we be with it? I thought you was a civil rights attorney. Right here, look, fam, just to show you. Benjamin Crump, blue check, that's him. That was January 21st, 2024, and he said, "I ain't gonna help y'all. Get your own damn help." That's what he told me, y'all. So you already see what we've been talking about, and you already see, fam, you ain't no damn civil rights lawyer. You know what it was, family? Soon as he seen the NAACP, he said, "Nope, I ain't with it. You on your own." Because God forbid that the Boule would ever pick up a case against the Boule. God forbid that the Democrats would ever hold the Democrats accountable. God forbid that his liberal masters would ever let that slide. And family, I also called Al Sharpton's non-action network. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I was like, "Hey, we had our rights violated. Your civil rights group, what's going to happen?" They said, "Let me take your number down. We'll call you back." You think I ever heard from them? No. But they hearing from us right damn now because we blacking their ass out. Canceled. That's how it is, fam. And right now, the world is laughing at them. Everybody's laughing at Benjamin Chump. Everybody's laughing at Al Sharpton. They ain't got no clout in these here streets. Why? It's because the same exact way that me, myself, and I ruined all the fake activists of the early 2020s and brought in that certified vibe, fam, is the same exact way that all of us in the grassroots ruin these fake ass attorneys, these ambulance chasers, and these perminators. And speaking of these people out here with all of these different connections, let me show y'all one of the main connections that nobody's been talking about. How many of you guys remember when Benjamin Crump was a part of this hustle right here? Director of Diaspora Affairs? Wait a minute. They gave him a star prize? What? Do y'all remember when Benjamin Crump went on over to Ghana? And when he was over in Ghana Foundation of Black Americans, he was talking about how Black Americans need to go home. We need to go back to Africa. Yeah. Oh, we exposing all the Democratic shilling behind the curtain. These folks ain't nothing but Democrats in disguise, y'all. These ain't nothing but diaspora Democrats, y'all. Look at your screen, family. Benjamin Crump went over to Africa and he was getting awards. Yes, he was over there on the whole Black Americans Go Home train. He was on the Black Americans, y'all needs to go on back to Africa because you's not really an American because Trump's America is so bad. Yes, the hell he was. Yep. And you see it right there, family. Yep. And that ain't it. That ain't it. No. Look at your screen right here, fam. Y'all remember this? On Malcolm X's 100th birthday, Ghana honored his legacy with a powerful statue sculpture at the University of Wimbia. Professor Theophilus Kowasi Mensia led the tribute, proof that Malcolm's global impact still inspires the fight for Black liberation worldwide. Worldwide. All lives matter, family. All lives matter. You see it? And do you guys remember the statue that I'm referencing? Yes. Oh, he was all for it, family. He was all for it. Yes, he was. He was all for it. He was pushing the go home to Africa, which we all know that year of the return, that was nothing than a big ass finesse. Wasn't it a finesse, Black Americans? You damn right it was a finesse. And he was front and center right there on the scam. Family, these people been scamming. There's not one aspect that we call out about the Democratic establishment that you don't see these people participate in. You see it right there, you see it right there, and you see it right there. Attorney Ben Crump to visit Ghana to advance Pan-African partnerships and global justice initiatives. Told you, baby, I'm on a generational run. Told you I'm on a generational run, baby. Told them, here we go. This is what it is, baby. Look at it right there. I done beat everybody. There you go, family. This man was kicking straight up scam Africanism because he's on straight up scam African time. We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to tell you where we going to go, family. We going to go right into the kitchen so we can go get us some popcorn and we can sit back and enjoy the show and we can watch these people get deported because we support it. That's the difference between foundational Black Americans and everybody else. That's why foundational Black Americans is standing on our square, because if you allow these people to run their mouth, family, and you allow these people to play these games, family, you're going to always be stuck in the same situation, and we ain't about none of that. So, family, what you're dealing with right here, Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, Democratic Shields, Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, Mushmouth and the Perminator, Benjamin Crump, Al Sharpton, blacked out, canceled, erased, deleted, and were never a part of certified foundational Black American. Out with the old, in with the new. We got rid of all of them and all their negative energy, all their negative vibes, family, and we sent their asses all packing. And that ain't the end of this certified foundational Black American story, because let me tell you one thing about us, fam. That's how they looking right now. That's how they looking, Black Americans. They looking very afraid, and they should. They should look very afraid, because the energy that we have is shutting down so many people who thought that they had the one up on us. So many people who thought that they were going to be ahead of us. Now they're finding out that they were never in a race with us. You can't compete if you can't compare. Family, Ben Crump Law, PLLC handles premises liability cases, including slip and fall claims. Slip and fall claims, y'all. This man is a slip and faller. This is a slip and faller, man. This dude is a slip and fall guy. This is what he's doing. You see it on your screen, fam. We ain't making it up. We only keeping it real. We only keeping it certified, family. The man is all about slipping and falling. If you fall and you twist your ankle, you make sure you give him a call. Matter of fact, here you go, fam. If you see ice and you fall, give him a call. This man ain't standing on nothing we standing on. Never. This man is clearly a slip and fall guy. According to his own talk, he's a slip and fall guy. So if that's what he is, then that's what we're going to call him. If that's what you're doing, then that's what you will be. But I'll tell you what you will never be. You will never be a certified foundational Black American, and certified foundational Black Americans will never rock with anything that you got going on. So, family, he does slip and falls. He can't read. I mean, damn. What are we talking about here, fam? What do foundational Black Americans need this guy for? At all. Nothing, never. This is the energy that we've been bringing, and this is how we're going to keep it, y'all. We're going to keep it right here on the certified side of town, because the certified side of town is the only side of town that genuinely matters as we push through this thing, fam. Yes. So we're getting rid of all this energy and all of these people who try to be like us, who want to act like us and talk like us, fam. You got to love it, okay? You got to love it, fam, because we can sit here, call out they bullish, and then we can go ahead and black them out, which means canceling them. And that's what's happening. Nobody's taking them serious, okay? We want justice for Nolan Wells. We support justice for Nolan Wells. But at the same exact time, the people who are behind that, they all got to get exposed, fam. Let me show y'all even further about how we expose it. This is what I mean. When I showed y'all this right here, look at the screen one more time. Double up and bring it back, family. Y'all, that ain't it. There's something I'm about to show y'all, and y'all going to see this right here, and you're going to see exactly what we're talking about. Remember how we said that they were all so silent and all so quiet during the whole Carmelo Anthony case, family, and how they all got to get blacked out? Remember that, fam? Look right there. You see Al Sharpton, the Perminator. Yep, he's there. Well, he's floating around there somewhere. I heard he might not be there, but his perm is nearby. You see Benjamin Crump. You see Jamal Bryant. Yep, you see them all there. Family, how many of you guys are familiar with the Daniel Irving situation? Are you guys familiar with the Daniel Irving situation? Well, if you're familiar with the Daniel Irving situation, there's somebody who just happened to pop up during all of this. The Daniel Irving situation is a situation that occurred where another foundational Black American, I believe it's foundational Black American, was unalived and harmed, family. And they're trying to seek justice for that case. But there's a big problem with them trying to seek justice for that case, y'all. I'm going to tell you why. Look who showed up. Watch me now, baby. I'm telling y'all, Black Alpha about to show you something. Look who miraculously and mysteriously pops up at the Daniel Irvin case. And he's with Benjamin Crump, a very familiar face that's been real funny style the whole time. Y'all look right here at your screen, y'all. Look who just happened to pop up on the scene, and look who he's with. Dominique Alexander. Yes, the same Dominique Alexander that railroaded Carmelo Anthony. The same Dominique Alexander that purposely brought in the lawyer who threw the Carmelo Anthony case. The same Dominique Alexander who is a non-foundational Black American Haitian. Yes, look how he pops up on the scene, and look who's behind him. Benjamin Crump. How come these two weren't showing their allegiance and their affiliation during the whole Carmelo case? How come after Carmelo Anthony got sentenced to 35 years, where Ben Crump didn't say a damn word, do now they show up and show that they've been in cahoots the whole damn time? They've been friends the whole damn time. And Dominique Alexander is what I said he was a year ago. He's Benjamin Crump's understudy. Yes. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. They're at a press conference and they're buddy and clicked up. Family, Benjamin Crump set up Carmelo Anthony for the fall. And all of these new lawyers who are coming in after the fact, they're all participating in the further fall of Carmelo. Now you see a direct line between Dominique Alexander, Democratic Black Lives Matter shield, tether, and Benjamin Crump, Democratic shield. All of this has been in cahoots the whole time. While they've been on TV doing interviews and at them damn press conference, acting like they got Black America's back, they was really behind the scenes the whole time working on the scam, y'all. There you see it. They've been locked in the whole time. Look at him, looking like a proud mushmouth to his proud Haitian. There you go, family. That's a happy mushmouth because he sees his little Haitian boy, his little Haitian buddy old pal, and they all smiling because they're all in conjunction. There you go, family. Look at them. Notice they're always behind each other. Look, there you go. Look at him hiding in the background, ain't he? Yeah, there you go, fam. This is why foundational Black Americans take justice in our own hands. This is why foundational Black Americans got our own thing. We ain't running to these folks. And if you run into these folks, you got to deal with them folks. But them folks is dealing with them other folks who ain't giving a damn about you. Ain't no such thing as justice, just us. What is us? Us be certified foundational Black Americans on the real side. Certified foundational Black Americans who hold it down right here and hold it down with each other. None of them. You see what I'm talking about, family? Dominique Alexander and Benjamin Crump. Now they want to come out and show their entanglement. Okay, fam, they've been having a Democratic shield entanglement. The whole damn time they've been having an entanglement. So the question becomes, how come these folks never took no pictures before this? How come this is the first time that you've seen them two together? Why didn't Benjamin Crump say something the whole damn time while Carmelo Anthony was on the line? While his life was at justice being taken away from him right in front? Why didn't they say nothing, family? They ain't say a damn thing. Now they want to come out together and show that they've been having an affair. Okay? Family, they got caught cheating. They got caught cheating. Family done caught them cheating now, y'all. Okay? This is like Cheaters, fam. This is Cheaters, the Democratic shield version. They done ran in and Benjamin Crump he got a towel on. They on that Andrew Gillum stuff, okay? They out here having an entanglement, an affair, and they got caught cheating. I'm going to tell you why, fam. They waited for Carmelo Anthony to get locked up. They used Dominique Alexander as a prop and as a figurehead to pick the lawyer that we all know through the damn case. Benjamin Crump didn't want to get involved because Carmelo Anthony neutralized the W threat. And remember, Benjamin Crump is not here to support black folks who neutralize the threat. He's here to milk black folks who were unalived by the threat. They don't like black Americans who live to tell. They get real quiet when we live to tell. They only show up when a black person can't speak anymore so they can put words in your mouth. You know, like pray, like justice, like we need a settlement check, like what about Donald Trump? What about black on black crime? That's what they always show up for, family. They don't never show up for us when we're breathing, all right? Because a breathing black American can't get put on that big ass campaign sticker for the midterms. He midterm sat this stuff out. And then he showed up conveniently afterwards when he seen that we solved the case. Family, foundational black Americans in the grassroots, we solve more cases than Benjamin Crump has. We done put more supremacists behind bars than Benjamin Crump has. Derek Chauvin is in prison right now because of us. It wasn't because of Benjamin Crump, because Benjamin Crump and them was showing up talking about get a bag and vote for Joe Biden. All he did was showed up and try to take credit for what we did. And what we did in this era was snatch that back, because that's what regulators do. Benjamin Crump, Dominique Alexander, Al Sharpton, and the whole damn Democratic plantation. We expose their ass, we break their ass, we cancel their ass, and we black them out. Easy work. Family, certified salute to all of you guys, because y'all been the ones standing on business and y'all been breaking the case. The Cyrus Belton situation, y'all knew it. Remember, y'all, you got all the answers. You got all the answers, family. You've never been wrong. You've never been wrong, family, okay? Because we got too many good minds. If you slip up, you get up, you go back, okay? This is what we do. We solved this case. We solved the last case. We broke it all. They're the only ones acting like they don't get it. Notice, fam, you tap into me. You tap into my brother Tariq Nasheed. You listen to us, family. You listen to the brothers and sisters in the chat. Notice that we always got all the facts. And then when you look at Benjamin Crump and them, they still run around like we don't know yet. Y'all notice the definitive, solidified words that come from us, and you notice the frail, weak, vague words that come from them. They don't want what we say to hit that stage because it'll be real justice, okay? But like I said, justice means just us, and they aren't included, and that's what we've been doing. So they want us to run out here for them. They want us to run out there for them. Oh, Benjamin Mushmouth, you just got exposed, certified style by Black Alpha and the certified 100, man. And you don't want none of these damn problems. That's why your career is over. Go ahead and ambulance chase somebody else because you can't come over here. Family, what we've done, fam, is that we told them we ain't rocking with your fake ass attorney. We ain't rocking with your fake ass politician. We don't give a damn about your black and brown. We don't give a damn about your diaspora. We don't give a damn about your people of color. We don't give a damn about your Pan-African. We don't give a damn about none of y'all. And if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. So you see the energy that we pushing. And since we telling everybody that we don't give a F-U-C-K, now you're going to see people coming out and telling us that we got to help them. We need to help them. Because if we don't help them, who gonna help them? And then we say, you better help yourself. Fam, they out here right now, and they having all types of meltdowns and breakdowns. And I'm gonna show you one of them. Look at your screen right here, Certified Foundational Black Americans, because they said that TPS has been extended 3 whole days. Yep. And they said in 3 days, we got to get these Black Americans to care. Y'all gonna care in 3 days? Do you care today? Will you care in 3 seconds? I'm accepting no's, hell no's, bout ain't, peace out, Papa Docs.
They want us to blame the immigrants so we don't blame the billionaires. This decision to end work authorization for people who add billions of dollars in taxes to our economy is a disgrace. As a proud daughter of Haitian immigrants, I feel shame in this moment at what they are doing to our country. I feel shame in a Supreme Court that ignores the very clear racism and racial animus of this administration. Time and time again. This is not who we are, and this is not how we build the country that we believe in. We tell the Senate to pass 4814.
It is a decision that is as short-sighted as it is cruel.
If there's one thing I've known from 7.5 years of representing TPS holders is that they are a bunch of tough cookies.
Our community is why Boston is the greatest city on the planet.
Wait, if they're so tough, then they don't need our help then. So what you want my help for then if you so tough? If you so tough, then you good on your own, right? Good. So problem solved, family. They're tough, just like the mud cookies and mud pies that they eat. They tough, they don't need us. We good. If you're tough, you don't need us. Let's go.
Our immigrants are the reason why Boston is the greatest city on the planet. Our Haitian greatest city on the planet. Our immigrants are the reason why Boston is the greatest city on the planet. Our Haitian neighbors are the reason.
The federal administration's anti-immigrant agenda seeks to pit working people against each other, but the Greater Boston Labor Council rejects the politics of fear.
That decision does not only hurt Haitian family, it hurts Massachusetts. On June 25th, a corrupt, racist Supreme Court betrayed the very promises of equality and the rule of law that Haitians have upheld and that the rest of us benefit from.
Our National TPS Alliance.
Damn! They just keep talking about all these things they done for America, but I'm saying, though, I don't see it. Man, they said that America's going to crumble, America's going to fall if we don't help them. They are the root of America, almost as if, family, they're trying to act like they're the foundation. They're acting like they're the foundation. Oh, wait, they are saying immigrants are the foundation. What?
Immigrants are the foundation of this country, and we are all immigrants except for the Native American. Immigrants are the foundation of this country, and we are all immigrants except for the Native Americans. They are the only ones who can say that everyone is an immigrant. They are the only ones who were here first. Immigrants are the foundation of this economy. Without them, we wouldn't have anyone to do those jobs that nobody else wants to do. And we wouldn't have the cultural diffusion that we currently have in this country, especially in the blue states. Without them, we are nothing.
Damn!
Immigrants are the foundation of this country.
There you go, fam. Immigrants are the foundation is what they trying to say now. Everybody want to be a foundational Black American. Y'all see this? Y'all see this right here, fam? Immigrants are the foundation of this country. Immigrants are the foundation of the economy. Immigrants can't build a homeland. Immigrants is on a plane. Immigrants is getting their asses deported. This is what it is. You knew it was a matter of time, family, before they start trying to hit us with the immigrants are the foundation. Now you see it. Now you witness it. You see where it's coming from. You know who's saying it. And foundational Black Americans is putting it all on the line. No, the hell you not. So you better try again, Mayo man. Family, that's what we be talking about. This is what we be saying. These people now are trying to say that they're the foundation, so we need to help them. If you are the foundation of America, then how the hell come your ass ain't the foundation of your homeland? Yeah, because you ain't the foundation. You want to be the foundation because you want to be a foundational Black American. Everybody out there that's saying immigrants are the foundation of America, or Mayos are the foundation of America, or Tethers or Fleers or Mops are the foundational of America because they want to be foundational Black Americans and they just jealous because they can't be. That's what this is really hitting for, fam. They just jealous because they know that certified foundational Black Americans are the real ones and they can't be. See, FBA doesn't allow anybody in, okay? We are the only ones who reside in this winner circle, and that's pissing everybody off. And like we say, fam, they're going to have to stay pissed off. Let me tell you again, when we black them out, we black them out. There ain't a word they can say. There ain't nothing they can do. They just got to, quite frankly, deal with it. Everybody want to be a foundational Black American. Isn't it funny, family? Let me ask y'all this question. And I know y'all going to agree with me, but I'm going to ask any damn way. Isn't it funny that everybody who's got a problem with us saying foundational, they don't mind themselves saying foundational? Y'all notice that? All the people who get mad when we say foundational are the same ones when they try to say foundational. They don't mind saying a foundational Mexican, a foundational Puerto Rican, a foundational immigrant. They say all the foundational. See, they want to create a world where they can say foundational. We can't. But that don't work on us because we run it. There's only one foundational, and that is foundational Black American. Anybody else who's claiming to be a foundational ain't nothing but a damn tether. Anybody out here trying to say that they're foundational to anything in America is nothing more than a damn fleer, nothing more than a mop, nothing more than a cap, a Caribbean and an African person. But you ain't FBA. Because let me tell you even further, fam, we shutting these people down so bad. Remember when that lady came out and she was saying how Black Americans have an ally in Haiti? See, that's what they're trying to do, fam. They're trying to ally their way in. Y'all is about to get TPS'd right on out of America, and you still worrying about us. But we ain't worried about you because we just doing what we do. Fam, all of that got shut down because the real talk is not 1804, it's 1804 forward. Or like my sister Natural says, 1803 and a half. Ice on that ass.
I think a lot of African Americans aren't aware of the allyship that Haiti has tried to give to African Americans for the longest time. Quite literally, we've always tried to be a helping hand. And alongside with the xenophobia that we've experienced since the beginning, it's extremely saddening for a lot of people to not know the history and how much Haitians and African Americans are intertwined. And even besides the Louisiana Purchase, there were the amount of refugees that came to America in total at that point in history. The fact that Chicago was founded by a Haitian man, even then.
History, huh? You mean the history that y'all been lying about since the mid-1800s to appease your European saviors? Oh, we gonna get into it.
I like this brother right here. Cook him up. I like this brother and Donnie Timeout. Shout out to both of them. Cook.
And I know they make these videos for clout, but I like to use them as an example that you won't gaslight me and my people with your revisionist, scam African history. Lie about history all you want, just don't involve my people in your rhetoric. So let's talk about some of your real history and why allyship with you is a non-starter and quite literally never existed, African Haitian. See, we're going to move past the lies about Chicago and Savannah. Speaking of Chicago and Savannah, do y'all know who bought and paid for those statues to be built in those cities to commemorate their fake history? Haitians did.
Stop. Yes, the fake monuments that they have in Savannah, Georgia, family, that I've been to, those were bought and paid by Haitians. Yes, Haitians bought and paid for those. Look at your screen, Black Americans. The Haitian monument in Savannah was commissioned and paid for by the Haitian American Historical Society, based in Miami and led by Chairman Daniel Fales Amy. Family, they're always trying to make it look like Savannah had some type of connections to Haiti. No, the hell they don't. Because this is my turf, and I said so. I've been there, and I'm here to tell you that's all 100% cap. Yes, indeed. Look at the monuments, fam. Yeah, look at them. They try to place that right there in Savannah. If Savannah's in the building, anywhere near Savannah in the building, you know what I'm talking about. That ain't got nothing to do with us, family. That got everything to do with them. And we ain't them at all. Nice try, Mr. Haitians, but that ain't gonna work. And by the way, I took them pictures personally right there. So we know what it's hitting for. They gotta buy monuments, fam. They trying to buy their way into FBA. Can't do it.
And they did it for the same reasons they started exaggerating their own history in the 1800s to show palm-colored people that they belong. That's their version of survival. How about your melanated leadership replacing the YT French master so they could play European dress-up while forcing their own people back into the cane fields? See, the biggest omission of the so-called revolution is that your top generals had a massive European identity crisis. They didn't want to dismantle the French Empire. They wanted to be accepted by it. Toussaint Louverture proudly declared himself a loyal French citizen, surrounded himself with YT Catholic priests, and sent his kids to school in Paris.
Damn!
When Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of France, what did Jean-Jacques Dessalines do? He immediately copied him and crowned himself Emperor of Haiti. And King Henry Christophe, he literally used forced labor to build a massive replica of the Palace of Versailles right in the Caribbean, and created a fake European aristocracy, naming his generals the Duke of Marmalade and the Count of Lemonade. So how did these Haitian leaders fund their European cosplay to appease Paris? Oh, they did it on the backs of the African-born peasantry. See, the peasantry just wanted to speak Creole, practice voodoo, and own small family farms. But to prove to Europe that Haiti could still mass-produce sugar, Toussaint enacted a militarized forced labor policy called the fromage system. He took the newly freed peasants and forced them at gunpoint right back onto the exact same plantations they had just burned down. You were legally tied to the land. You could not quit. You could not leave. And YT planters were actually invited back to manage the estates. And before you tell me it was just economics, that ain't what the Haitian peasants thought. It felt so much like slavery that in 1801, that same peasant class launched an armed rebellion against Toussaint's government. They were led by General Moise, Toussaint's own adopted nephew. Moise famously declared that he did not fight a revolution just to act as a slave driver for YT landowners.
Real history about them that they don't say on TikTok.
So how did the great liberator handle this? Toussaint sent Dessalines to crush the peasant uprising, and he had his own nephew executed by firing squad just to protect his export economy.
Damn.
The Haitian peasantry traded French chattel slavery for a militarized, forced labor state run by the melanated elite class desperate for YT European validation. See, Black Americans fought our own domestic wars, built our own intelligence networks, and secured our own freedom without having to put on powdered wigs to beg Europe for a seat at the table.
Woo!
To this day, You do everything you can to try to get close to white teammates, including undermining my people in politics and in the workplace. Ain't no allyship with cowards. That's your history.
There it is. There you go. Damn, you don't like that one, do you, Papa Doc? Papa Doc over there struggling right now. Papa Doc want to know why. We know the real history, fam. That right there was a crash course in 1804, which is a place that they don't like to visit. No, the hell they don't. You better stay your ass out of 1804. 1804 is the truth. That's who they want us to say, family. That's who they want us to say. Fam, I'm telling y'all, we're going down the line and everybody's getting that smoke, fam. But let me say this again. And this is something we've been talking about. We've been talking about it for how long, Black Americans? For a long damn time. Let me ask y'all this question. When the Haitians always come out, or the Jamaicans come out, or the diaspora, because your asses is poorer, family, don't they always try to hit us with the, we all got to get along? Well, why? Because if we all got pulled over, the whites man ain't going to ask us where we from. We all just black. Now they want to be black, right? Want to be black any other time. And remember, we always presented, fam, have you ever heard somebody from the dominant society ever say that? Who do you hear that from? The whole thing where the dominant society can't tell the difference between us. Ain't that what Godfrey is always talking about? If we get pulled over, they try to reduce foundational Black American nationality, lineage, and ethnicity to getting pulled over by a cop. Notice, fam, they don't never mention the great things we do. It's always just skin tone. The days of skin you're in are done for. But y'all remember they were always saying that, right? They always run that game. We all look the same. The white man can't tell the difference. And then we, being our certified thorough selves, we said, I ain't never heard no white person say that. As a matter of fact, especially where I live in the South, come on down to Savannah. Trust me, Mr. Mayo, or should I say Mayo Matthew, or Meth Head Melissa, or Tobacco Ted, or Brussels Sprouts Bob, or Trevor from the trailer park, they know Black Americans are different than Africans, Jamaicans, and Haitians. You could just come on down here on a Saturday and watch the Georgia Bulldogs play. And trust me, if your ass is in the crowd, say, I like number 2, number 5. See, listen, we watch the Georgia Bulldogs, not the Nigerian hyenas. All right? Trust me, Tobacco Ted knows the difference between the Nigerian cheetahs, the Nigerian Zimbabwe hyenas, and the Georgia Bulldogs. All right? Nobody's confusing the Zimbabwe elephants with the Bulldogs in Athens. Okay, let's get that straight. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters, the Florida Gators, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Shout out to the whole damn team, family, okay? But we ain't confusing the two of them. And they was trying to make it look like it's all confusing. Tobacco Ted came out. He said, nah. Tobacco Ted said, I know the difference. And them damn Haitians running around here trying to act like they Black Americans got to stop. I'm going to show y'all Tobacco Ted from Ohio, Springfield, Ohio, where they was eating the dogs. Family, watch Tobacco Ted. And he says how the Haitians is trying to blend in with Black Americans.
Right now, they're trying to misconstrue things here, and the Haitian people are trying to act like they're the African Americans that have been here, born and raised here. They're trying to portray themselves as a Black American. They're not Black Americans. You know? And I want to know why are these people being coddled and pampered and given us a beautiful life, a life better than I live, off my tax dollars? You know, what's going on with that? Right now, they're trying to
Damn! Oh, you don't want to hear that, Godfrey? Godfrey, you don't want to hear that, do you? Oh, you know they mad at this. Fam, tethers across the world gonna try to get this video done. They don't want to see this video. You ain't gonna see not near tether out here talking about this video. This put an end to all of that. They can't tell the difference. They wouldn't know who you is. They couldn't tell who you are. Brussels Sprouts Bob says the other side.
Now they're trying to misconstrue things here, and the Haitian people are trying to act like they're the African Americans that have been here and born and raised here. They're trying to portray themselves as a Black American. They're not Black Americans. You know? And I want to know why are these people being coddled and pampered and given us a beautiful life, a life better than I live, off my tax dollars?
Damn. Y'all don't want to hear that though, do you though? Y'all don't want to hear that one, do you? You don't want to talk about that, but I'm going to talk about that because, family, quite frankly, I love talking about things that they always want to run from. I love it. This is what we doing, fam. We're exposing every single thing that these people say and let them know we ain't helping not near one of you. You're on your own. You can hold your own nuts, and you ain't one of us. You've been running around here trying to say that stuff, but now everybody sees exactly what you have been lying about. Family, there's more stuff that we can put on the line, and I ain't done with it. I'm rocking with you. Let me tell you more. Oh, so by the way, yeah, that put an end to the whole we all get pulled over, we all look the same. Yeah, because Mr. Brussels Sprouts Bob in Ohio, he's saying different. So Brussels Sprouts Bob is saying that in Ohio, you don't want to hear about Trailer Park Trevor, who lives in Alabama, all right? You might not make it out. Family, remember I was telling y'all how they're running from Haiti, and they're trying to run to everywhere except for Haiti, especially the Dominican Republic? Oh, man, fam. What you're going to see is quite disturbing. Black Americans, I'm going to disturb some of y'all, okay? If kids is watching, go ahead, tell the kids to leave the room for a minute. They got to come back in a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because Cousin Alpha is going to show some disturbing footage that's coming out of Haiti, all right? And this is reason number 3,552 why your ass needs to worry about mud pies and Papa Doc, why your ass needs to worry about barbecue and Kodak Black, and don't worry about FBA. They ran to the Dominican Republic, and the people in the Dominican Republic are snatching you up, throwing you in cages. I showed y'all just a week ago some of the deportations. Oh, yeah, deportations in America is not your biggest issue. Your ass is getting deported everywhere. Matter of fact, that's the theme. Everybody from Jamaica, all the diaspora, y'all getting deported everywhere you go. Family, let me show y'all this photograph right here that has come out from the dirty diaspora. And we're going to show everybody how foundational Black Americans are always right. Look at this video that Black American has showed. Family, Haitian man transported on motorcycle by migration agents sparks outrage in the Dominican Republic. Damn. What the hell? Deportation by motorcycle. What the hell are we watching? Papa Doc, get your people. They need you. Don't worry about us Black Americans. We ride motorcycles. We don't get deported by them. No. Look at his ashy feet. Fam, for the first time in my life, I see ashy feet flying. His damn ash is doing 60 miles an hour. They getting deported by motorcycle. They ain't even motorcycle, it's a goddamn moped. Damn, moped. I've seen it all. I've seen it all, Black Americans. I can't, y'all. This is it. This is as worse as it gets, family. I don't want to hear none of these people talk to Black Americans no more. You disqualified. I'm sorry, family. When I'm seeing your ash foot getting deported from the Dominican Republic at 60 miles an hour, don't you ever mention foundational Black Americans again. Don't you ever talk about my lineage. Look at old buddy too, fam. Look at his face. He don't even know what's happening. You got ash on the left, ash on the right. Your ass is getting deported tonight. it, family. I done seen it all. It's a wrap. Damn. There you go, fam. You only see that right here on the Black Alpha Network. You already know. Certified. They got to go. You would think that somebody who's living in that condition wouldn't have time to mention us, but they do. Haitians who fled the Dominican Republic are being sent back in cages. Damn. That right there is what happens when you are too worried about foundational Black Americans, but you ain't worried about your damn self. There you go. Family, this is what I'm saying. Y'all notice everybody who says something about us, they got their own problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are so focused on FBA, but they got that going on. The man is literally on a moped getting deported. Y'all code in the chat. I was reading all that, fam. Y'all code in the chat. Funny as hell. But it's real. Fam, they be acting like we just be making this stuff up. We ain't making none of this up, man. This is real. Look at this right here, fam. This is what I'm talking about. They out here so mad, so upset, so angry. But, you know, you got your own problemos that you're going to have to iron out. And you can't be running the foundational Black Americans because it's looking real bad for you right now. Fam, we were already talking about them getting defunded, and it's getting worse.
Okay, for all the illegal immigrants and possibly the immigrants, but right now it's just the illegal immigrants. The Trump administration, headed by Stephen Miller, is planning or is implementing a plan for debanking all illegal immigrants. He's supposed to have a meeting with all the major banks, all the major lending companies to basically put a stop to you guys putting money in the bank, pulling money out of the bank, and also getting any type of loans. He said that if you don't have capital here in the States, that would force you to go back to wherever country you came from. They're basically trying to force you out by not giving you any loans or allowing you to have any type of bank accounts, any type of savings, anything. So Steve Miller is pushing this, and it's most likely going to pass so that illegal immigrants cannot have any access to any banking or financial institutions.
Family, how you feel about that? Can I get some 100s in the chat if you feel that these individuals don't need to have bank accounts in America? If you essentially are freezing these people out, let me know how you feel, because I feel that it's real, and I feel that it needs to go down that way because these folks ain't playing. So shout out to all the foundational Black Americans who know exactly what that is, and shout out to all the foundational Black Americans who stand on that, because I stand on it, and if you stand on it with me, then we stand together. So it looks like even further, these people are going down bad. And you can't blame FBA, fam, because we ain't write them laws. That's for you. We just said, go ahead and do it. 100. Fam, and it's getting bad for everybody in every community. They're all starting to get that smoke. They're all starting to see it. When I say it's getting bad, family, it's getting extra bad. Let me show y'all something that, you know, we have going on over here on the Black Alpha Network. And I want you guys to definitely enjoy this, because this is for the whole certified team as we break this all the way down. When I say things is getting rough for them, fam, it's getting rough for them. And we debuted this, fam, last week on the broadcast. So we're going to show y'all right now on the broadcast. This week in deportations.
Ooh, ooh, sha-la-la, dum-da-dum-dum. That morning train pulled slowly from the station. Another tearful final farewell demonstration. This week in deportations. Left empty streets and silent conversations. This week in deportations. Just lonely nights and broken-hearted situations. Ooh, ooh, sha-la-la, dum-da-dum-dum. That morning train pulled slowly from the station. Another tearful final farewell demonstration. This week in deportations. Left empty streets and silent conversations. This week in deportations. Just lonely nights and broken-hearted situations. Ooh, ooh, sha-la-la.
This week in deportations, family. And we're going to be here for a long damn time because it ain't going nowhere. They're hurt. The struggles of immigrating to the United States as an adult, from Mrs. Friedman Forehead.
It's exhausting to be an immigrant in this country. Just so much divide here. If you came here when you're like 25, that's a lot to wrap your head around. The way you have to like change your whole mindset. There's a lot you have to change. The way you greet people, the way you look at people, the way you admire somebody. It's just so much editing that you have to do. The kind of jokes you tell. If you're somebody who's like very blunt, I am a very blunt person. In America, I've become so mindful.
So scared. Say it. You become so scared. Yes, you have.
I am a very blunt person. In America, I've become so mindful. My partner says I'm very funny, but when I step outside, I'm very careful. I'm very careful how funny I want to be, because somebody's going to walk away with an idea about you that's totally false. So as an immigrant, you need to be careful. You need to be careful what you take in. You need to just understand that there are a lot of ideas floating around. It's almost like you have to choose a side. You have to choose where you want to belong. Be aware of the difference. You might be thinking like, this is common sense, but no. Observe what is happening around you. Observe the people you're mixing with. You just never know what somebody's intention is in this.
Fam, is she really talking about the American citizens, or is she talking about ICE? Fam, she talking about deportation. That's what she talking about. You got to watch around you, watch every corner, watch what you say. Your ass is trying to hide. You don't want to get exposed as an illegal. Nice try, Mrs. Fufu. Nice try, the Fufu Fleedman. This is a Fleedman Fufu. And we don't believe you. Your ass is talking about Tom Homan. You just got to watch what you say and what's around you, and every corner you have to see. Your ass is not talking about telling jokes. The joke's on you, though. You talking about immigration popping up at your damn house. This week in deportations.
5:04 now is your time. A South St. Paul man is sharing a look at his new life in Laos after federal agents detained him during Operation Metro Surge and then deported him last month over a decades-old burglary conviction.
This is where I sleep, with a fan, window with no current. That's the light switch, dirty walls.
So that is Zong Yang. He had never been to Laos before.
What? That's who? What?
Walls.
So that is Zong Yang. He had never been to Laos before and does not speak the language there. He was born in a Hmong refugee camp in Thailand and moved to the U.S. at age 3. He was convicted of a felony as a teenager for breaking into a store with friends in Wisconsin. Homeland Security says he should have been deported decades ago, and he arrived in Laos on May 8th, where he lives with several roommates, all of them deportees.
I don't want to break down, which will, I'm in a total different country. I got to, I don't know nothing about, if I break down, it's hard. So I try to keep my spirit. My wife, she's always there, talk to my kids. They're always there, to help me. Like I I just look to the better days.
So he's not sure if his family will eventually move over to Laos to live with him, but coming back to the United States is not an option.
It's not an option. Damn.
Better days.
So he's not sure if his family will eventually move over to Laos to live with him, but coming back to the United States is not an option. He's permanently barred from ever returning.
Damn. Damn. One more time.
Ooh, ooh, sha-la-la, dum-da-dum-dum. That morning train pulled slowly from the station. Another tearful final farewell demonstration. This week in deportations. Left empty streets and silent conversations. This week in deportations. Just lonely nights and broken-hearted situations.
There you go, family. This week, next week, all weeks in deportations. Your ass is desperate. And that's what we be talking about, family. Oh, it don't stop? Nah, deportations ain't stop, family. And these people getting defunded, debanked, all of that. That ain't stop. It's around the clock. As we speak right now, they're taking away these people's social programs. So family, all the social programs that these people have is over with. Have y'all noticed there's been a hell of a lot of videos now with illegals, and they've been talking about how they're having a hard time in America. They're talking about how bad things are in America. You don't see those immigrants who've been talking real reckless, fam. Go back to all that cash money they was talking just a few years ago. You don't hear that no more. Instead, you're starting to hear a lot of stories coming from these illegals where, quite frankly, they're just saying how bad things are. They're talking about how bad it is, talking about how rough it is, because life has changed. Life has changed for illegal immigrants in the United States of America. Trust me when I tell you that. Things are no longer a smooth sailing, a smooth ride. You're not getting free money, EBT cards, hotels. You're not getting high rises and cuisines from your homeland because you thought you were just going to come over here and collect that forever. And now you find out that it's going bad. And family, bad gets worse when Mr. Mutombo gets shot down by Mrs. Mayo. Family, now the worst thing that has ever happened to Mr. Mutombo just occurred. They getting shut down everywhere they turn around. And they out here really having a hell of a hard time adapting. Y'all say hello to Mr. Mutombo. Mr. Mutombo tried to holler at Mrs. Mayo. Mrs. Mayo told him this.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Where are you calling from?
USA. How about you?
You say what?
United States.
Me, I'm calling from Nigeria.
Oh, that's so cool.
What you want to do?
What?
What you want to do? Idiot, move you. Which kind of rubbish you this road? How are you?
Good.
He tethered heartbroke. He tethered heartbroke, fam. Even his gap is frowning. His gap in his teeth is upset. His gap is crying. He said, what? Where you go? What happened? She left? I said, Nigeria, the home of the brave. The brave fleers. We're very brave because we jump over fences. We jump in inner tubes. We float across Mediterranean. That's brave, isn't it? Like Black Americans, right? Wrong.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Where are you calling from?
USA. How about you?
You say what?
United States.
Me, I'm calling from Nigeria.
Oh, that's so cool.
What you want to do?
What?
What you want to do? Idiot, move you. Which kind of rubbish you this road? How are you?
You ain't stand a chance, Mutombo. He said, what are you going to do? She about to uncircuit your ass is what she about to do. And she did it. Damn. Terrible for the Tethers, fam. It is terrible for the Tethers, fam. We done seen the damn Tether get ghosted. They out here ghosting the Tethers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about ICE. I'm talking about Mayo's fam. He getting ghosted by ICE and lice. Terrible damn day. But that's what's happening to all of them, folk. They got to deal with it. They got to all see it. And foundational Black Americans, we all watching it, fam. That's the situation they in. He didn't know what to do, wasn't he? His gap was out there. His gap was like, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I'm going to tell you what your ass better do. Your ass better get you one of them village women. That's what you better do. You better go get you a village woman and be happy about it because you can't stay over here on this side. Family, this is what we mean. Nothing is going in any of these people's favor. They're all just having to watch foundational Black Americans do what we do. And they all just have to see foundational Black Americans keep on winning and keep on winning. And like we said, they got to keep swimming. And fam, it's not just that community. It's another community and another community and all communities. Y'all seen this right here? That particular community that said they wanted us to boycott them? Fam, I hope you know that the initiative that we were talking about last week is in full swing. Watch how bad it is for these people now.
Everything that the Trump administration has done in his first year back in office impacts Asian Americans.
Asian immigrants have died in ICE custody. Asian Americans are getting sent to Central America. Asian Americans who are transnational adoptees are possibly being sent to countries they left when they were children. Asian students and Asian H-1B visa holders are directly impacted by all of these changes. Stop API Hate, my team recently released a Tracking Project 2025 update on our website. It just goes over everything from Project 2025 that the Trump administration has made progress on or has even completed. The incredibly painful and cruel things that this administration has been able to accomplish in 1 year, that demonstrates why who is in office matters. If 2025 was a precursor, 2026 is going to be even worse. We know that they are already pumping billions of dollars into federal immigration enforcement. They want even more beds, including detention centers for families. We've already seen ICE and CBP murder people. They have murdered people. There are immigrants that are dying in ICE detention. They're picking up 5-year-old children. Tell me, what has a 5-year-old ever done to warrant the weight of the state coming down to rip his family apart?
They came here illegal with their parents. Birthright citizenship ain't saving them. Fam, this is a whole different story. Listen to them, fam. More sad immigrant stories. Remember how happy they were under Joe Biden? Y'all remember that? Look how sad they are. Why? Why? She don't want to talk. He don't want to talk. They don't want to talk. Nobody wants to talk.
It is absolutely insane what is happening. I think about the people that I know and I love and I respect, and they are at risk of deportation. They are at risk of being sent to countries they have never been to or that they left when they were children. Even just speaking your mother tongue on the streets can get you detained because the Supreme Court now said that racial profiling is okay. And I really want to emphasize how Asian Americans are not immune just because we might be citizens or because we've been here for a really long time. Because if we have learned anything from Japanese American incarceration during World War II, it is that all of that can be taken away when the federal government is scared and needs a scapegoat. I am scared that when I think about what gets me through each day, I think about my ancestors and...
What? Whoa. Who? Your what? What? Your ancestors? Fam, that ain't no coincidence. Look who she said she thinks about and look who came across that screen. Whose ancestors?
When I think about what gets me through each day, I think about my ancestors and think about my ancestors and...
Look whose ancestors she's saying. Your ancestors are somewhere on the other side of the Pacific Ocean having some damn egg rolls and some fried rice. But it damn sure wasn't Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Hell to the no.
Here for a really long time, because if we have learned anything from Japanese American incarceration during World War II, it is that all of that can be taken away when the federal government is scared and needs a scapegoat. I am scared that when I think about what gets me through each day, I think about my ancestors and civil rights leaders in the Black, Asian, and Latino communities that have faced incredible odds that made the world a better place for the rest of us. If you're interested in knowing what you can do, there's so many things. First, you can follow us at Stop API Hate to learn what's going on and what we can do. You can share our videos with others because it's so important that everybody learn about Asian American stories and how we've been involved with civil rights activism, not just for our own community, but for all communities. You can...
No. Hell no. This is another reason why foundational Black Americans is sitting this one out. Another reason. Fam, you got to sit these situations out for a lot of reasons. But the main reason why you got to sit all this out, family, is because these people are just trying to claim our ancestors. That stuff is over with. Oh, you ain't heard? We done stepped to the plate and put it down. Fam, this foundational Black American 24-hour, I'm talking about every single day. This blackout, this is the reason why folks can't come around here and claim our ancestors. This is the reason why folks can't say that they're really us and we're really them. That's what they was trying to do. Remember, y'all, they was trying to get us to be non-foundational Black Americans so they could steal the claim. But let me tell you what's happening now. Right now, family, what you seeing is these folks jumping up and down and jumping for joy, right? But look what we out here doing, fam. We're exposing these people to the maximum. You can't run around here and claim foundational Black American lineage, heritage, and culture. You can't run around here and claim that you a foundational Black American. Hell to the no. Because, fam, we taking it all the way back. Shit, they want to talk about the civil rights era, fam. We reclaiming and re-owning everything. When you start talking about indigenous foundational Black Americans, the mound builders, we going way back in time. I don't know about who they talking about. $2, $1, no dollar. Tonto, hell no. We done told Tonto, hell no. We done told Lucy Liu that we ain't rocking with her. We done told Jackie Chan that he can't come around FBA and try to just take away. So now everybody's witnessing what we are putting on the table, and it is FBA owned, FBA only, and FBA first. That's the way you do things, family. That's the way you handle it. Let me tell you even further what we out here doing, fam. We pulling out receipts on these people. Big receipts, massive receipts, taking it all the way back. And fam, I want to take you guys back to 1981. Yes. Let me take you back to 1981, family. I wasn't born yet, but let me take y'all back to 1981. There was a Haitian influx back then, where the Haitians were coming to America back then, and they were trying to jump in and steal our communities back then. So just to let you know, everything that we're doing right now, family, is par for the course. Everything we're doing right now is what it's been the whole damn time. Y'all look at your screen right here, fam. They was bringing these people in a long time ago, and the excuses have always been the same. Watch this.
President Reagan's plan to halt illegal Haitian immigrants on the high seas is stirring up a lot of controversy, and much of it is in this country. A report tonight from Eric Ingberg.
The Haitians fleeing what one federal judge termed the most repressive regime in the hemisphere are perhaps 2% of the illegal immigrants to America. But Florida, where most come ashore, sees them as such a burden that the state's Governor Bob Graham was in Haiti this week, seeking the cooperation of dictator Jean-Claude Duvalier in stemming the flow. Graham also saw some of the poverty which has caused 1,000 Haitians a month to come to the U.S. Now, as a symbol of its Get Tough policy on illegal immigration, the Reagan administration is sending the Coast Guard to the coast of Haiti to turn back Haitians headed here. Under an agreement with the Duvalier government, one Coast Guard ship will be sent. Enough, backers of the plan say, to send a signal to Haiti and to American voters.
Every congressman in this place, when he goes home, is met by people who say, what are you boobs going to do? When are you going to get off your can and do something about illegal immigration and people who take my job?
Uh-oh! Fam, what's wrong when we delineate? This right here is them doing the same thing way back then. This was them trying to come into our communities with all of the violence, trying to come into our communities and wave their flag. The same exact thing that we standing on now, foundational Black Americans been known the whole damn time. Ain't nothing changed but the numbers on the range.
In this place, when he goes home, is met by people who say, what are you boobs going to do? When are you going to get off your can and do something about illegal immigration and people who take my job and took my kid's job?
The administration extracted a pledge from Duvalier that those turned back will not be punished. That is crucial because federal courts have blocked past attempts to deport Haitians. On the ground, they face prison or worse if they return. Under U.S. laws and treaty obligations, the Coast Guard will still not be able to turn back Haitians who ask for political asylum. But Haitian rights advocates doubt the proceedings can be fair.
It appears that this practice violates domestic laws, which provide, for example, that people seeking asylum have a right to a full and fair opportunity to prove that they would be persecuted upon return. Certainly, that cannot be accomplished on board a Coast Guard cutter in the middle of the Caribbean.
Congressional supporters of the Coast Guard complain it is already suffering from budget cuts and will be further overtaxed. They note the first cutter assigned to the operation, the Hamilton, has a history of engine problems caused by lack of maintenance funds. The administration expects legal challenges to the program, which was not approved by Congress, and will claim the president has broad powers to halt illegal immigration, even on the high seas. Eric Ingberg, CBS News, Washington.
Look at that. Oh, when you rocking with the Black Alpha Network, family, we're going to break things down methodically. We're going to break them down surgically, and we're going to break it down to the T. Look at that right there, y'all. Same exact thing, same exact people, same exact excuses, trying to come to the same exact country, the one that we created. And family, that was then, this is now.
Conditions in Haiti, while the Trump administration ends temporary protected status for around 350,000 Haitians. The administration has determined that there are no conditions that, quote, prevent Haitian nationals from returning in safety. The administration has claimed that Haiti is safe enough to deport TPS holders. The administration has claimed that Haiti is safe enough to deport TPS holders while simultaneously being so dangerous that it requires millions of dollars to support an international security mission. So let's state facts that have been affirmed by lots of the testimony in this hearing. Haiti is not a place where those under TPS can safely return. If the president moves forward with the deportation of Haitian TPS holders, he will be subjecting more than 300,000 people to extreme levels of violence, sexual exploitation, and a dire humanitarian crisis. Conditions in Haiti, while the Trump administration ends temporary protected status for around.
How long, y'all? How long? Fam, when do you get to the point where you realize this is just all one big scam to come to the United States of America? When do you get to the point where you realize it's all one big scam to come to the United States of America? Fam, you were saying the same thing in 1981. Basically, fam, you're just trying to hijack us, okay? You got to understand this whole thing about Haiti's violent. Haiti will always be violent. Jamaica will always be violent, okay? Africa will always be violent. See, under that logic, then you can stay here forever. Under that logic, fam, you ain't never got to go nowhere. You can just stay in America for life. That's just it. I'm just going to stay here for life. Because that's really what it means, fam. That's really what it means. See, what they want to do, they want to sign a temporary status, fam, and they'll just act like it's permanent. See, when you look at illegal immigrants in America that are under all of these temporary statutes and initiatives, none of them are really talking like they view those as temporary. All right? They're always talking about it like it's their birthright. See, it's not just birthright citizenship. They think that they have birthright social security programs, birthright home loans, birthright access to schools and healthcare and education. They feel they have birthright foundational Black American ancestral accomplishments. These are very spoiled people, y'all. And they've been doing this for the longest time. In 1981, it was too violent to go back to Haiti. Now, fast forward to today, it's too violent to go back to Haiti. Literally, fam, that's a whole lifetime where it'll be too violent to go back to Haiti. So under that logic, you could just say, I don't know, the year 3026. It's too violent to go back to Haiti. And the Jamaicans going to say the same damn thing, and so will the Africans. So basically, that's another way of, I'm going to stay here forever. And then when you don't let me stay, then I'm going to say crazy things like the economy is going to fall without you. Then you're going to say this is based on them. You're going to say things like tethers and immigrants are the foundation of America, which they never said foundation until we start saying foundation, but they can't say foundation because they ain't the foundation, because we're the only real foundation of this country. And this is why they're so mad at us, fam. Immigrants are really upset at Black Americans because we're not helping them stay. We're now moving into the era. Matter of fact, we're fully in the era of we ain't helping their ass, and now it's starting to register. That's what it's about. Now all the immigrants, the tethers, and the fleers are starting to accept that FBA ain't walking through that door. FBA's not helping. You see, for the last 2 or 3 years, it was us telling them we weren't going to help them. Now it's their asses knowing that we ain't going to help them. There's no help coming your way, Jose. There's no way that a foundational Black American is going to put our reparations to the side, our anti-foundational Black American hate crime protection, things that y'all don't ever assist us on any goddamn way, and we don't want your help. Now they're starting to understand and is registering that there's no FBA help around the corner. That's why you're starting to see more and more videos of immigrant sob stories. Do you guys remember? Boy, I'm about to break it down. Y'all remember all the sob stories used to be about their homeland before they got to America? Now do you realize all their sob stories are about how bad it is in America? Now that they got to go back to their homeland? It used to be homeland bad, America good. Now it's homeland bad and America's bad because your ass is getting deported. We done changed the whole game and the narrative is flipped because we did that. So if you're looking, fam, that's the Jackie Chan community. I just showed you they down bad. You see Mr. Mutombo, he can't get a date with Miss Mayo. He's extra down bad. His Gap was pissed off and crying. Damn, his Gap had Joe Loft tears. Sad day. And then now you see that the Haitians been saying the same exact excuse for the same exact time. What's any different from foundational Black Americans saying that we support mass deportations because we have mass illegal immigrants, fam? They got to go hand in hand because if you don't match mass deportations to mass immigration, then you're going to have a country with too many people. And those people come to our communities because they're strategically placed there, and then they take away from us. So when Donald Trump says they're taking Black jobs and the Democrats do the same exact thing they always do when it's too real for them, they just act like they didn't hear the stuff. Then we say, well, God damn it, delineation, separating, and the new one, regulating. You are the reason why we got to regulate. If your ass did what you were supposed to do and you stayed in line, and you understood what the consequences and the repercussions was, we wouldn't have to be here. But we are here. And you know what? Shit, I like it here. Let's keep it this way. Let me show y'all even furthermore what I'm talking about. These people are so down bad and so upset because, quite frankly, nothing's going in their favor at all. And when nothing goes in your favor, you see strange things from strange people. And we already know these people are strange as hell. Fam, let me show y'all over in Africa, this Asian woman, and she's telling the African people they ain't got no damn choice but to accept what she's telling them. Watch this.
You don't have a right to accept it or not. 1 week. The next chance. You don't have a right to say no. That's the next chance. Get peacefully. If they can't do that, we'll ask another person to replace him. If they cannot do this, we'll ask another person to replace him. Don't worry. All right.
Look at all them big old grown Africans, family. Family, why is this woman cussing them out and telling them they ain't got no choice but to accept? Why is she even talking to them like that? Why is she talking to them like that? And look at all them big old grown Mutombos. And grown Mutombo is letting 1'1" Lucy Liu talk to him that way. What the hell are we talking about?
You don't have a right to accept it or not. 1 week. The next chance. You don't have a right to say no. That's the next chance. Get peacefully. If they can't do that, we'll ask another person to replace him. If they cannot do this, we'll ask another person to replace him. Don't worry. All right.
Look at that, y'all. It gets sadder every day, man. Every damn day, family. It gets worse and worse. That right there is what got their asses colonized. That right there is why they colonized, family. This is what I be trying to say. All you got to do is just look, family, and you're going to see it. You're going to see every single day. And that's not Zimbabwe, by the way. What is that? Rhodesia? What is it? Rhodesia? Yeah, that's where that is, fam. That's not in Zimbabwe. Look at, I don't give a damn where it's at. I see a bunch of big old Mutombos, and their asses is getting told, you have to accept this. You do not accept this. We get someone else. I call up my 5'1" brother who whoop ass with bamboo stick, and you will do. Trust me, fam. If that's Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, that stuff could be in Rhode Island. When 1'1" Lucy Liu show up, they gonna do whatever the hell they told. That is what I'm talking about. You can see it. I see it. We all see it. And that is the same exact thing that got their asses colonized now. Fam, let me make a good point. And this is what we always talk about, right? None of these people from these other places are doing anything different than what we've always seen and what we've always read. They always want to talk about how we view them in a certain way based on what the white man told us. Hell no. We view y'all based on world history. I don't know what they think. Fam, foundational Black Americans, we ain't no goddamn kids. We ain't running around here like some preschoolers. Y'all may be out there 7'5" getting whooped on like a preschooler from a 5'2" Lucy Liu. That's you. They act like all the information that we've ever attained as FBA done came from ABC News and the W Man. Okay, we actually read books. All right, we've been using the internet now for 30 damn years. Foundational Black Americans ain't got to go to Mr. Mayo to know what's going on worldly. We're very worldly people. We also travel, okay? Because remember, we was the ones over there traveling to come help you. Isn't it funny that they tell us that we have a bad perception about Africa and Jamaica and Haiti, all from the white man? Well, family, did we get a bad perception when we were going all the way over to help y'all? When y'all was during having apartheid, y'all was being abused, y'all was being broke down with famine, when we was donating money, donating our lives. It's funny that we got all of this rider energy that we gave y'all, but you tell us that we got all this from the W Man. Hell to the no. That's on you. Foundational Black Americans, we know exactly what's going on, fam. Don't let nobody tell you that we were just subjected to brainwash from the dominant society, like we ain't figured this stuff out, like we ain't know what's going on in the world. They're the ones who said they didn't know that they was considered Black until they got here. That's what they say. They say that today. Fam, it's 2026, and right now, they say things like, I didn't even know that I was Black. How in the world do you not know that you're considered Black or melanated or dark or whatever? Because if they say they don't know they Black, then they don't know they melanated. They probably don't know what the hell that is. And then they don't know what dark is. Fam, they're on the continent with the most melanated dark people. And they said they didn't even know what that was until they came here. Okay, so you learn from us. What it really is, fam, the white man does not teach us. We teach ourselves. And they learn from us by how we handle things. They just don't take the message and the lesson correctly, and they go do whatever the hell they want to do. And that's why they out there getting checked right there live and in living color. That's what it is. They always talk about what we learned. Yeah, me no black. They always talk about what we done learned from the W, man. But yet we done went over there to save y'all every damn time y'all got a problem. And now we just saying we ain't doing it no more. So you can see the difference between what foundational Black Americans got going on and what they got going on. And let me tell y'all, fam, it is completely different. You cannot compare the two of them because foundational Black Americans are just moving on another level. But to the point, Haitians are still doing the same thing that you read about as a child. Africans are still doing the same things that you read about as a child. Jamaica is still doing the same exact thing that you read about as a child. They still are bleaching their skin. They're still oppressed, and they're still trying to flee their homelands. Family, go talk to your grandma. Your grandma was going to say she was watching it on the news in the 50s and 60s, these people fleeing their homeland. You watching the same damn thing today. Your kids is watching it today. Notice, fam, foundational Black Americans, we're the only ones where we're not doing the same thing that we was doing in the 1960s. There's nothing about us that is the same as what we were operating under in the 1960s and 70s. Our spirit is the same, but the way we conduct ourselves and our agenda and our actions completely different. You know why? It's because we've evolved in that 50, 60 years. Notice that, fam. They were fleeing 50, 60 years ago. They're fleeing now. They were running 50, 60 years ago. They're running now. They weren't taking accountability or responsibility for their failed homeland 50, 60 years ago. And it's the same exact thing that they're doing right now. And you see it every damn day on the internet. Now, foundational Black Americans, on the other hand, we're not running around here just duplicating and mimicking things from the past. We're evolving and we're going forward. Hell, we're evolving just from the last 5 years ago. They ain't changed from the last 500 years ago. You're still out there getting oppressed. You still got a new oppressor every damn weekend. You still talking about the damn colonizer. Fam, they talk about the colonizer every day. We don't talk about the slave master because there ain't no damn slave masters. We handle that problem. That was easy work, light work, got it up out of here. Y'all see the difference, family? They still be like, because the colonizer colonizes us. And he colonizes today. He still colonizes us. Notice that they talk about the colonizer in the present form. We talk about the slave master in the past tense because we left his ass in the past tense. And if they ever think that they could try that again, they'll be past tense. You see how foundational Black Americans always move and push the line and go forward and how they fall back? That's what I'm talking about. And speaking of going forward and falling back, we've pushed forward this foundational Black American indigenous architectural movement that we created, which means we're the original people. And people who've been claiming to be the original people, they done had that veil snatched, and now everybody's seeing them for the frauds that they've been. FBA, foundational Black Americans, we are the mound builders. We are the indigenous. We're the true natives. We're the OGs. We're the aboriginals. We are the foundationals. We are the thorough. We are the certified. And $2 Tonto is just a deported $2 Tonto. Because guess what, fam? If you thought I was going to go down this list of this week in deportations and I wasn't going to bring up $2 Tonto, shit, watch it, see it, that even their community is getting snatched up by ICE.
4 tribal members who were picked up by ICE in a community called Little Earth right here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And one of them has been released, but they couldn't locate the other 3. So the council members here, they're all elected officials of the Oglala Sioux tribe. And they gained access to the facility and they couldn't find their 3 tribal members. They claim that they're not classifying them by their nationality, which tribal members are also citizens of the United States since 1924. You know, there's nobody more American than American Indians.
Stop. Nobody more American than American Indians? Did he just say since 1924? Foundational Black Americans. I know y'all in here right now. I see over 3,000 of y'all on a Friday night, and this is our world. How far have you traced back your lineage, heritage, and culture? Does it go beyond 1924? 1924? That's it? Family, foundational Black Americans, we pushing this thing back 17, 16, 15s. Shit, we'll take this thing all the way back to before time. 1924, that ain't nothing to a foundational Black American. Easy.
Also citizens of the United States since 1924. You know, there's nobody more American than American Indians. But they were unable to find them here today. And they're going to be giving out tribal IDs to their tribal members who are in Minneapolis, St. Paul at the American Indian Center down on Franklin Avenue. Stay vigilant and stay assertive, stay constructive, we're in unprecedented times, the way that I see it. So my name is Chase Iron Eyes. I'm an Oglala Sioux tribal member. I'm a constituent of the elected officials that made a trip all the way here. And that is Don Roy Gosper. I just want to recognize him for a second. Councilman Don Roy Gosper, Councilman George Dreamer, Councilman Garfield Steele, Councilman Tyler Lunderman, and there's one more, Councilman Ryan Jumping Eagle. They came all the way here to retrieve their tribal members who were captured by ICE, and we failed in that mission today, but it will continue. So stay where you're at and stay vigilant is all I can say.
We're closing our borders to any ICE agents. You're not allowed to come terrorize our tribal members on our homelands. You're not allowed on our fucking reservations. Period. Thank you.
I mean, if they on your damn reservation, then apparently they allowed to. Who you talking to, Tonto? Who you talking to? If they there, that mean they there. That means you ain't. So what we talking about? Fam, you see it? Add another one to the list. Add another one to the list, family. Much love. I see you, family. Much love. Nah, don't thank me. Thank you. Straight up. Oh, fam, we got even more. We got more in store. Y'all check this out. Here we go. Let me show y'all right now, family, as we proceed. These folks been out here really crashing out. And you got to figure why they crashing out, fam. The lie that they've been telling all these years is exposed. These people place their whole identity on foundational Black American past, present. And now they can't have foundational Black American future. They don't really know how to handle that now, do they? We're the originators, y'all. We're the originators. We're the certified. Let me say this too. Shout out to my mods. Listen, I got everybody, because I'm getting a lot of people that's getting hidden and people hit me up. Everybody get 2 warnings, okay? Don't write in caps, all right? Don't write in caps. A lot of people hit me up because they're not meaning to, because they don't know. So I'm letting this out there for my mods. Everybody give people 2 warnings. If they write in caps or they say something crazy, just give them 2 warnings. And if they violate for the second time, then you can go ahead and hide them or get them up out of here. But I'm seeing people hit me up where they don't know no better. And I don't want nobody to miss the broadcast because they on good time. So I want to straighten that up. I'm going to get a couple new mods too. So shout out to y'all. So y'all let me know. Just email me if you want to be a mod. But that's it. Just 2 warnings. If somebody like writes in caps and they don't know, because people be writing good stuff. They just don't be knowing sometimes. Sometimes like, hey, Black Alpha, man, I love you from Ohio. And, you know, you ain't supposed to write in caps. So, you know, because I don't want people writing in caps so people think it's like breaking news. And then they think something's breaking news and it's really just somebody shooting me out or whatever. We want to keep everybody focused because there's so many people. So that's it. Give everybody 2 opportunities, 2 warnings. You get 2 warnings. And if you keep doing that, boom, because we get a lot of trolls in here, fam. Y'all know I talk a lot of and I make a lot of people mad, but they can get a number, get in line, and they can stay there. So yeah, give everybody 2 opportunities and then we'll make it happen. But y'all hit me up, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to be a new mod, because I want to get a couple new mods because we getting bigger, baby. We about to be at that 50K. Oh, and by the way, yesterday was the start of Leo season. So we really turned up right now, y'all. And we going to keep it going. And when I say keep it going, let me tell y'all what I mean. We going to keep going. We're going to keep this going right here because this is the energy that's got all of these people afraid and they shook and they know what it is. Oh, hold on. We got some time. Yeah, you trace your people all the way back. There you go. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out. Yeah, you're damn right, Natural. We can't keep up with the trolls when people write in caps. So try not to write in caps, but we'll keep it all good. Watch this.
Detained, being killed in detention centers. We are not the immigrants. We're the indigenous people of the land. And it's time that we recognize that. And this print on my face is for missing, murdered indigenous people. When you recognize people that are called immigrants as actual indigenous people, this symbolizes when they're killed, when they go missing, when their stories get lost and their voices are silenced. Remember that a lot of people have suffered due to colonization. This war started almost 500 years ago. This is our tierra. This is our homeland. From South America, Central America, North America, Canada, we are the original native indigenous people of the land. And it's important that we recognize our true identity. Because
your true identity, huh? Is this your true identity?
Since you wanted attention, I'm gonna give it to you. While y'all sit on reservations being drunks, addicts, and destroying the land that y'all took from us, y'all get it for free. Y'all get paid every month, and this is what y'all do. This is how y'all take care of the land. Y'all talking about some y'all are the first people. Y'all are the true Americans. This is how you portray the real American people. We're indigenous. We're not native. You talking about some? We need to talk about the women and children dying of the Native American people. You can go use your own platform to do that. I don't owe you a platform. I don't owe you no space on my page. Talk about you talk about some, we need to talk about the real, since I want to be you so bad. No, you want to be me. You want my trauma. You don't talk about the black children and women and men that's being hung and shot and all this stuff like that. You want it to be about you. You're not talking about the Treaty of Dancing Rabbit Creek. You're not talking about how we're prisoners of war. You're not talking about all the Native Americans that imprisoned and enslaved black people. Are you? You're not talking about that, are you? You're not talking about we're in cahoots with white folks, are you? You're not talking about how y'all $5 Indians, are you? You're not talking about none of that, are you? No, you're not, bitch. Since you wanted attention, I'm gonna give it to you. While y'all sit on reservations being drunks.
Family, look how they be living. While they run around here and they talk all this stuff about being original and all of that, which ain't, look how they living right there, y'all. Oh, all of that stuff is being exposed now. All of that's being exposed. No longer can people run around here and claim to be indigenous. Now we going to your hood. You done got all that damn money that belongs to us, and that's how you living. You living like that right there. Oh, they mad, y'all. They're very mad. One of the biggest movements that we got going on in this era right now is the true indigenous status of foundational black Americans is coming back. Yeah, that look like Africa. You ain't never told no lie. You ain't never told no lie. I love that comment. Absolutely. Yeah. See, $2 Tonto living like that. Hold on one more time. Let me run that back. This is how you living right here. You ain't living like you're saying you're living. You talking all of this talk about doing this, that, and the other thing because you done drank that damn money. You done got reservations, you done got reparations, and that's how you living. Ain't too damn good in the hood. Nope. But let me tell you something. When you talking about the hood, you talking about how y'all living. When you want to talk about living exceptional, you talking about how we live. See, this certified foundational black America, just like my brother Kobe said. We silencing everybody, y'all. We silencing every damn body. Be quiet. That's how we handle it. You want to say that you're the real indigenous person? Be quiet. You want to say that you built America? Be quiet. You the foundation? Be quiet. We silencing all the skeptics, all the haters, fam. This FBA time, and that's how we standing on it, okay? We done went back and we peeled back all the layers. When you talk about certified foundational black Americans, we tell a story that is a genuine story that they don't tell. They don't tell them stories, fam. When you start talking about the mounds, you got the Bilbo mounds right here in Savannah, okay? You don't hear them talk about that because y'all ain't out here. If you are the original people and you have all of these different places you've been to, how come your population ain't right here in the South? And how come we see so many mounds right here in the South? Y'all know about the East Coast Indians. Y'all know about the East Coast Indians. You don't hear about them folks over here. You ain't here now. You weren't there then. This is our turf, all right? This is our turf and everybody knows it, and we done snatched it all the way back. One of the biggest movements that we got going on right now, we got about 5. We got our reparations, we got our renaissance, we got our regulating, and we got this foundational black American indigenous push. Well, we taking back everything. See, that's a little different, and that hits a little harder because that's spiritual, because that's what grandma done told us, y'all. Y'all know what I say. Grandma wasn't lying. Indigenous foundational black American, certified on top of that. This is what we doing, and they're afraid, y'all. And they're getting deported. And the reason why they're getting deported right now is because a lot of them, family, they're not who they say they were. A lot of them is Julio Romero Gonzalez's. And your paperwork ain't true. See, this thing that we've all been here and we all have rights to America, family, they're nothing more than just naturalized citizens. A lot of people don't know that, fam. They're no different than anybody else from like a territory. And even worse, see, what people don't know is that people from territories are these naturalized people. They giveth, they can take away. All right. So when these people commit these crimes or these people out here living in ruins, your paperwork ain't right, or we look and find out your ass is really from Tijuana, then your ass is going back to Tijuana because you can't stay here. You don't like the fact that you don't have protection of claiming my ancestors. You don't like the fact that the protection of claiming that you're indigenous is over. You don't like the fact that the real indigenous black Americans have stepped to the plate, and we're not just saying it, we owning it. Certified salute to us because we took what grandma told us in private, and now we're giving it to the world. That's why I always say, not only was grandma not lying, but if you looking right now, grandma is winning. We took what grandma said, and she said it without taking a dollar. And we shutting down all of these folks who spent billions of dollars to tell that lie. So if you ever come against a foundational black American grandmother, I'm just going to tell you, your ass is going to lose. The same way grandma would go and get that damn switch whenever your ass was bad, foundational black American grandmothers took that indigenous switch, and your ass is getting disciplined, certified style. Let me show y'all what we're talking about. Everything is coming out. All the pictures are coming out. All the evidence is coming out. We not only trace who we are, we trace exactly who you are and where your ass came from. Yeah, we done trace where your ass done came from and where your ass done showed up at. And your story don't compute. Your story ain't adding up because your story is capped. You came from Siberia. You ran across the Pacific Ocean. We know the timelines. We know the dates. There ain't no way that you came from where you said you came from. But however, we got evidence that proves that there's no way it could have been you because your ass was still somewhere else. So by de facto, by the truth, and by the evidence, that shows you what a real indigenous foundational Black American look like. And it don't look like them. No. The Huskies want you back home. Family, the Huskies want you back home. The Huskies want you back home. The Huskies said that you got to go. The Huskies said, we looked at every single thing and it don't add up. Family, and it's not just that. Let Black Alpha take it even deeper, y'all. We've not only traced where these individuals are at and where these individuals came from, we're also tracing different things like their artifacts, their cultures, their practices, and praxuses, and these all line back up with Siberia. They're always trying to pinpoint us to Africa, but nothing we do has African traits in it. However, when we look at these $2 Tontos, not only is their DNA coming from Siberia, you can look at a TP. The TP in Siberia looks just like the TPs that they create right here in America. The TPs, the tribal dances, the cloth, the gear that they wear, it's either a stolen, fake, stealing from foundational Black American culture, or it is something that traces back to Siberia. How do you know? Because you've seen pictures of Siberians right next to $2 Tontos, and not only do they look like identical twins in phenotype, they look like identical twins in fashion, in culture, and just everyday get-by artifacts. You got it all laid out. You can see it all on the table. That's why when you look at these individuals, fam, they don't look like us. That's why whenever you see them talking, notice they always run and they always hide from that conversation. Yes, they do. This is why. Have y'all noticed another thing that nobody ever wants to talk about, but we're going to talk about because we talk about it all? Y'all notice that they don't never come up in the DNA conversations? You guys notice that? Isn't that crazy? There's this thing about DNA, take your DNA. Have you done Ancestry.com? Y'all notice that they never come up in that conversation? Why? Why you always want Black Americans to do a DNA test? Why? So you can lie to us and try to take us to Africa? How come you don't ever do a DNA test? That's a very, very serious thing here, family. And you notice whenever they do a DNA test, they're only testing if they are themselves here in America. They don't never do a DNA test to trace where the ancestry comes from. Because if they did a DNA test to test where the ancestry comes from, it'll go back to Siberia. Then you would see the migration from Siberia doesn't match the timelines or the dates that foundational Black Americans have. You know, the ones that predate them by literally 100,000 years. So if we have 100,000 years, that means we have millions of tribes. If we have millions of tribes, that means we have billions of foundational Black Americans who have been here, all been here before you, $2 Tonto. And when I tell y'all they don't want to do the test, y'all look at your screen. Showed this before, we'll show it again because we in it to win. Indian tribe wins fight to limit research of its DNA. DZAM, always right, always win, always FBA. Family, they don't want to do DNA tests because they understand them DNA tests is going to take them across the opposite ocean. Yep. It ain't going to have them here in the United States. It ain't going to have them right here on the mounds. It ain't going to have them as the indigenous. It's going to have them as the original tethers. Because, family, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the original tethers. Oh, yeah. There's been tethers for a long time, family. Let me tell you something. There were tethers before there was tethers in America. Before we started to call these individuals tethers, before we put a name on it, before we said it was what it is, they were always tethers, family. Oh, we in the certified classroom tonight. If you got any foundational Black American kids, tell them to come on. I know when we seen Mr. Papadot getting deported on the moped, I told the children to look away. Now they can come on back because we going to show them right here live what Grandma told us. We're going to expose what the teachers try to sell us in school, but we done beat all them damn Mayo teachers too. So damn, we just beating everybody. We done whooped $2 Tonto. We done whooped $1 Mayo. We done whooped the teachers in the classroom, and we putting the DNA on the line. I'll do a DNA test for you. You ain't no damn original American. And I got all the facts to prove it. You were tethers the whole time. Uh-oh, another one. The Siberian and then Mr. Mayo work together to get rid of the indigenous. Uh-oh, family. Oh, we got it. And we got time today. We got certified time today. And that means even more, y'all. Look at this right here. This is what we've been talking about. These people have been working with those people to go against our people because they know our people are the original people. Yes, indeed. That's certified energy right there, y'all. That's that Black Alpha Network right there, y'all. That's that certified Black society, y'all. That's that you can come up with whatever lie you can come up with, but you can't fool us. Family, let me tell you something that I was just having a conversation with the other day. And me and my sister Natty on a live we had the other day, we broke this down. Let me tell y'all something. This is going to be one of the most powerful things that I could ever tell y'all. Do you know, family, there's an open agenda to try to separate foundational Black Americans from America, okay? And it's always existed. See, we watch them try to Africanize us today. We watch these people try to take us and replace us today. Let me tell you how far it goes back. Do you know the slave master, he wanted to separate us from America? Yes, the hell he did. This thing where they showed up and they seen us and we're the original people here, and Columbus and everybody wrote about it, that wasn't just Columbus and them who knew it. It was all the little W's out there who knew it. Everyone who came here. They all got told the same thing that tethers and immigrants get told today, because we're all living amongst immigrants. There's foundational Black Americans, the originals, the OGs, and a bunch of immigrants that live around us. It's always been that way. Our ancestors were the indigenous, surrounded by immigrants, and we are the foundational right here, and we're surrounded by immigrants. Fam, we've always been surrounded by immigrants, no matter whether it's the W on this side or it's the Siberian on this side. Back to it. Family, they knew that when those people got here, you tell them that those Black Americans aren't really Black Americans. They're really just Africans. The same way that they tell immigrants when they show up at the immigration office, stay away from Black folks, they told all the people that was getting off them damn boats from Europe, oh, by the way, there's some indigenous Black Americans here. Whatever you do, don't you ever identify them as indigenous. Don't you ever identify them as American. All that 3/5 of a human, that was really about being 3/5 of an American, because they understood if you say human, you say American, because these humans were birthed and bred in America. Family, they've tried to separate us from America way back. The slave master used to try to separate us from America. When they used to teach Black Americans about religion and they would tell all these falsehoods and lies about religion, they were telling you falsehoods and lies about your nationality too. They would tell Black Americans, well, you know, you didn't really come from America. You came from Africa, right? Fam, the same way they try to tell us that we come from Africa now, they was telling that to the slaves way back then. It always gets overlooked because we talk about what they told us about Christianity and they told us about turning the other cheek. We focus on that so much that sometimes we don't focus on the fact that they were also telling us, oh, y'all not American. No, American, no, hell no. There's no way. There's never been an American. They were implanting that in our minds years ago since we first encountered these people. The worst nightmare on the planet Earth is what we're doing right now to all the ops. Us claiming America and getting rid of those literally hundreds of years of lies to separate us from our indigenous status, that is a nightmare that we got all of the Mayos living through every damn day. Every W's waking up every single moment, and they're afraid because foundational Black Americans have reclaimed what's ours. I'm not just talking about the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, fam. I'm going way the hell back. We're reclaiming everything because you got to reclaim the indigenous nature, because that's the final piece that connects everything. And how do you reclaim it? By getting rid of all the damn ops and the $2 Tontos out the way. When they asses is out the way, then you got it all locked up. And we got it all locked up because we removed them, family. They were doing this a long time ago. The dominant society spent just as much time trying to brainwash us with false stories about our nationality as they did with them brainwashing us with false stories about religion. Yes, Yes, I said it. I'll say it again, family. The false stories about our nationality are just as strong as the false stories about Christianity and religion. All right. They never wanted that to happen. Why do you think we're dealing with what we're dealing with now? It's because we have opened the box that they never wanted. Fam, you can talk about civil rights. Yeah, they'll play with you a little bit. Reconstruction, okay, they can handle that a little bit. When your ass starts talking about indigenous nature, oh, hell no. That wasn't no compromise, a non-negotiable. Family, they taught all of us this in school. If I got my certified foundational Black Americans in the building right now, you know what I'm talking about. They teach you this in school. The indigenous people are the first people on the planet Earth. They don't just say in America. They taught all the kids in school this. Fam, this is a $1 billion apparatus that went back hundreds of years. They've always tried to disconnect us from America. I don't think the average delineator understands how long that they've tried to brainwash Black Americans that we are not Black Americans. A lot of people think it was just the higher up in the gentry. Hell no. That went all the way down to Tobacco Ted. Tobacco Ted needed to tell this lie because the only way you maintain it is if everybody participates in it. All that stuff about they didn't want the blacks and the poor whites to get together. That's a lie because it's been proven that the poor whites being poor still don't like Black folks. What that's really about, family, is they didn't want nobody telling us who the hell we were. So they told the poor whites, yeah, make sure you don't tell them that they're American. Make sure you don't tell them that they were here when we got here. Make sure whatever you do not have these Black Americans claiming America because the power is in being an American. Family, you got to understand this, y'all. You got to understand this. In this world, being an American is currency. Being an American is a lottery ticket. If you're an American, fam, you were born and you hit the mega millions when you showed up. Your ass got drafted to the winning team, y'all. That's what it's like to be an American. You can't give foundational Black Americans in the system of supremacy the lottery ticket of being an American. Hell no. That is the number one non-negotiable thing that the dominant society always tried to stop. This is why they adopted $2 Tonto. Family, they created a race to try to stop us from being American. Boy, we in here teaching, we in here reaching, we doing all the preaching tonight. I told you we was going to preach, y'all. And I told you it's going to be Black Alpha style and we was going to bring it like nobody can bring it, y'all. They created a group of people to give them our indigenous nature. Y'all, the original tethers are the $2 Tontos. The natives are the original tethers, fam. They created them and literally gave them everything that's ours. We want to talk about them giving illegals what we're doing today. They want to give the Africans and the tethers and the refugees what we're doing today. Fam, they literally created a group of people. Why you think they made treaties with them folk? Why you think they was cool with them? Why you think they gave them reparations? They gave them everything, fam, so they didn't have to give it to us. They said, no matter what, we can't have these Black Americans being American. So let's create a fake Black American, but not call them Black American. We'll call them natives. See, we got to put native on it. Why don't they call them something else? Why, fam, Mexicans, you don't call them natives. How come you don't call Jamaicans natives? How come you got to call them native? You see how psychologically they were preparing you to every time you bring them up, they got to have a term that is in coinciding with being the first. We got to call them natives. See, if we call them natives, then nobody will question that they're not really the natives. You see what I did there? That's the same reason why they call themselves supremacists. Remember, we didn't name them white supremacists. They named themselves white supremacists because they wanted to come up with a term that's synonymous with what they see as superiority. They say, call myself a supremacist. So every time you call me that, you just said I'm supreme. So they said, let's call them the natives. So every time we bring them up, they're the natives. They got to be the first. We was the first one saying, no, the hell you not. We jumped over all that native stuff, fam, because we knew that wasn't them. We knew that wasn't them. We knew that was us. We was like, oh, hell to the no. That ain't you. That's us. Family, they created all of that. They gave them our identity the same way they try to give illegals our identity today. The game of giving other groups foundational Black American identity is as old as this country. And the reason why it happens is because they don't want us to know. Family, they never want you to know who you are. Let me tell you this, for all the folks out there trying to say, well, we ain't American. America ain't never done nothing for us. Let me tell you something, y'all. Don't you ever not know the power you have because your enemy knows the power you got. This is why foundational Black Americans, we be regulated. For all the folks who run around here and they're always talking, we ain't American. Why should we claim America? That ain't my flag. Don't you ever run around here and give away your damn lottery ticket. You want to give away your lottery ticket? Good. Have fun. I ain't. My lottery ticket in currency is being an American. This is the strongest country known to man, and your ass wants to not be a part of it. You done gave away all your damn power. You got a royal flush and you playing cards. You say, I don't want it. You can take it. I'll just take this little card right here. Hell no. Your ass got a Ferrari and a Lamborghini. You say, nah, I'll take the moped, the same one that they deported Papa Doc on. Hell no. It's currency to be an American, family. And don't you ever submit your power, because the enemies, they know that you got that damn power. You don't know the power you got, but he know the power you got. You're going to lose that every time. You're going to lose that every time, family. So what we've been doing by reclaiming our foundational Black American indigenous status, all that was a domino effect, family. It went through the indigenous era, then it went through slavery, and then it went through Reconstruction, then it went through the civil rights, then it went through the Gen X 80s, 90s era, and then it popped right here on our doorstep. And that's why we're so strong, and that's why everybody's so shook, y'all. I don't know if you know, but I'm going to tell you what it is, fam, okay? If you don't know right now, you're going down in an era that if you're alive and you breathing and you listening to the sound of my voice, you're going down in an era right now that will be defined by foundational Black American nationality, lineage, ethnicity, and heritage. Fam, it's already happening. We've been out here cooking for a minute, y'all, okay? You got the civil rights era. We understand that, okay? They was fighting, a lot of them was fighting for civil rights, okay? You also have the Black empowerment era, okay? We understand that. Reconstruction. Right now, family, this is the FBA Renaissance. This is the reparation generation. This is going to be defined by this, fam. I'm telling you, 50, 60 years from now, young folks is going to look and they're going to read history about all the lies, and then it's going to get to about 2010, and then they're going to say, well, damn, around 2010 Black Americans around 2010 Black Americans started taking ownership over this country. Around 2010 Black Americans snatched back all their indigenous stuff, and guess what, fam? $2 Tonto this year. Yep. Heather man gonna disappear. Mr. Hopper man gonna disappear. Everybody gonna disappear. So what does that tell you, family? That tells you certified foundational Black Americans, we're doing the right thing, y'all. We're doing the right thing. It all goes back to us, all goes back to our indigenous status, all goes back to we're the originators, and ain't nobody gonna tell us different. Not only do the facts say it, the receipts say it, the evidence says it, and the thing they run from, the DNA says it. Remember, y'all, Black Alpha gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this one more time. When they did DNA samples and DNA studies, they were shocked and they were afraid, because what they found out is that our DNA studies kept going back to indigenous tribes in America. Meaning, my DNA study being somebody who's originally from Ohio/Georgia, Honey Pass, South Carolina, Green, Mississippi, my people are from, they kept matching those bloodlines. They kept saying, well, wait a minute, I just did some DNA with somebody who's from New Jersey. It kept going back to Virginia and Carolinas. Yeah, man, I just did one with somebody from California. It kept going back to Louisiana and Mississippi. Zimbabwe didn't pop up. Nigeria didn't pop up. None of that stuff popped up, family. Every time they did indigenous studies and samples of our DNA, it kept going back to other Americans. It didn't go to Africa, family. It kept coming back here. And then they got scared. And then they said, we got to revise this whole DNA thing. Let's just skip it. And let's just say it went to Nigeria. Let's just say it went to Zimbabwe. That's why people were calling it out before. Shout out to the brothers and sisters who've been calling it out. We calling it out now. Brothers and sisters was calling it out then. They did a whole thing. Remember when the guy, was it a Labrador? He came back as a Labrador. The damn Labrador went back to Nigeria. Fam, Black Americans been calling this stuff bluff. Been calling it bluff. Why do you think they only promote DNA stuff to us? They don't promote it to nobody else, because they're trying to get us to claim some type of ancient DNA history, where our history keeps going back to states. So that's what ended up happening. Our DNA kept coming back to the USA. Let me say that one more time for your mind, fam. Our DNA kept coming back to the USA. And that's what's got everybody shook, and it's got them so scared. And by it happening, y'all, we were able to go back and reclaim everything that we've done, but we were able to do it with style and with grace, y'all. So as I said, you have a foundational Black American Renaissance. That's cultural. You have foundational Black American reparations. That's economic. You have foundational Black American warrior class, hate crime protection. That's warrior-ish, gangster-ish. You must not mess with us-ish. And now you also have the indigenous movement. And you got brothers and sisters who are activated in all elements of that. And they're really dropping facts and receipts. And I'm so proud of them because they're doing God's work, okay? The Most High, all right? It is very, very spiritual to go back and reclaim everything that you've done. You got brothers and sisters who know about Lake Lanier and Oscarville. And remember this, y'all. Remember this. Lake Lanier is here. Oscarville is here. Oscarville was built on ancestral mounds here. Do you see why there's so much kinetic energy that goes on in Lake Lanier? Do you see why the kinesthetic frequencies occur so much, fam? Is because you're talking about FBA, FBA, FBA. Water holds genetic memory. So not only does that water in Lake Lanier hold the genetic memory from Oscarville and those people, Oscarville still came hundreds of thousands of years before the damn mounds. We talk about Oscarville and when that happened, and that was a long time ago. Fam, started Oscarville, and you can go back a couple 100,000 years. There's so much foundational Black American energy there, y'all. And it just happens to be right here in the South, which just happens to be our homeland, which just happens to be the place that we built right here in the country that we built. Any tether out there cannot compare because you ain't us, never could be us. You can wish, you can hope, you can cope, but your inner tube can't float. Remember that, y'all. So the FBA energy is so thorough, so strong, so much love. And the reason why we are the only first world people, and we've always been that family, is because while all these other people were immigrating and they were jumping everywhere, they started to really mess up their frequencies. Since we've been here for so long, our frequencies and our vibrations have become so pure within each other, okay? This is why foundational Black Americans, we can see each other without speaking to each other and know what we're saying to each other. I can see my sister right now and I can look at her and we can click like that. That's because our frequencies are uncorrupted. I can see my brother right now and I can throw a head nod and he already knows what I'm on and the type of energy I'm bringing. That's because our vibration is uncorrupted, because we're getting it all from the land. We're getting it all from the atmosphere. These people had to run here. They had to come here. They had to fly here. We reside here. So the reason why these people are so ill-equipped to handle what's going on, and the reason why these people are so low vibrational, because you're trying to get vibration from a place that you didn't create. Foundational Black American vibrations and frequencies are so kinesthetic amongst each other because it is pure as spring water. That's because we never ran, we never hid, we never fled. Fam, we didn't F up our frequencies by fleeing. They did. We didn't F up our vibes by running. They did. So the fact that we stayed here, the fact that we always built this land, we knew everything about it. We know the patterns of the sun. We know the patterns of the weather. We know how to blossom. We know how to grow. We know how to feed. All of that just really enforced our frequencies, which enforced our solidarity, which enforced our family tree, which enforced our foundational Black American FBA lineage. And family, our foundational Black American lineage gets so powerful. That's my grandmama right there, family. This is what a real indigenous foundational Black American woman look like. I showed y'all before. I'm going to show y'all again because I show my grandma every damn time. This is my foundational Black American indigenous grandmother. Y'all say hello to Antoinette. Beautiful, 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 beautiful all damn day. Y'all see where I get all my good looks from? Yes, I do. And I own it. And I'm proud of it. So y'all say hello to my grandmother. Last week, I showed you my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother, that is her mother, okay? So that's 1, 2, and 3, fam. Black Alpha's different than everybody else, man. Black Alpha's number one, baby. Black Alpha's number one. I'm going to show you the whole family, y'all. I'm going to show you the whole family. These other folks ain't going to do that. I'm going to put it all on the line. I'm going to show you the family. I'm going to show you the DNA. I'm going to show you the love. I'm going to be your brother. I'm not on stage. I'm in the crowd with you, family. I ain't driving by you, fam. I'll get out and walk with you. Let's go. This FBA energy up in here, y'all. So much love and respect, you know what I'm saying, to our foundational Black American family tree. And like I always say, I'm so sure that y'all grandmothers look just like her, whether that be darker complected, lighter complected, because that's all just the different complexions we come in, man, because we got so many different frequencies, man. I told y'all, FBA got it all. Brown make them bow down. Black don't crack. Beige don't age. You feel me? FBA got it all, man. This is the most beautiful thing about foundational Black Americans, man. We got everything you want, y'all. So many styles, so many classics. We got grace, we got tradition. We're just beautiful people, and we're standing on this beautiful lineage, and we're doing it together in this beautiful time. And I wouldn't exchange it for the world because I love all my beautiful foundational Black Americans. And that start with you, that start with all of y'all. And I'm your FBA brother, Black Alpha, and I've been appreciating rocking with y'all because I love y'all with a passion. Y'all, enjoy your weekend. I want y'all to have a great time, man. We done went all the way through it. You know, on the Black Alpha Network, fam, we're going to weave through topics and we're going to break it down. Only over here, fam, can you ride on Mr. Mushmouth, and then you can slide right on through and see Mr. Papa Doc end up getting deported on a moped, and then you can see Mr. $2 Tonto get deported. I mean, we must be the greatest. We are the greatest. And, you know, like everything, fam, we own it, and we be silencing everybody. Be quiet when FBA step to the plate because FBA don't play. Certified all the time. All right, y'all. It's been another one, man. Y'all stay good. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. Stay healthy. Have a great weekend. Make this weekend the best weekend of your life, family. It don't even matter what you do. If you just chilling, you sitting back, relaxing, make that the best, fam. You're going out to eat. You're going to play ball. You're going on a walk. Get some UVA rays, fam. No matter what you do, fam, just make sure you have a great weekend. Make every moment matter. Seize the moment, y'all. If you got anything you're working on, any projects, go get it, man. Go get it. Make it happen. Stand on it, everything, fam, because the more you put with it, the more you get it. And remember this, fam. This is something I'm going to leave everybody with, okay? All right, check this out. Never treat a goal like it's a wish. Remember that, y'all, okay? Never treat a goal like it's a wish. A wish is I hope, I might, I could. A goal is it belongs to me, and I'm going to get it. So remember that, family, and I'll leave you with that. Y'all stay good. We're going to continue to drop diamonds from the rooftop, and we continue to be hot and on fire and certified, baby. So from your brother Black Alpha Network, love y'all with a passion, man. And always remember, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter where you at, that black is beautiful, and beautiful is always black. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Turn up.